Hey,
what?
Dre, I knew this was coming from last week, so I already
know nothing was coming, nigga.
My brother sitting here talking cash
nigga,
shit.
you didn't know nothing was coming.
Hanif,
Nigga, last time I seen you,
first off, Neepy got a little.
We recording. Watch your words, Flush Man. Watch your words. We 16 seconds in. Don't mess with the algorithm.
Last time I saw you, Jay, you was on Instagram with your shirt off, looking crazy. First off, and I'm stop sending us videos of you trying to be sexy. It's not for us. Secondly,
say what?
No, you send us videos.
He talking about the swimming pool video.
Yeah, you got a lot going on. That's not for art. That's not for us.
I'll stay in there.
No,
bro.
Keep it on your phone. Keep it there. Put it on your Instagram story like you've been doing. You walk around with your shirt off. I didn't go. Every time I see you on Instagram, I didn't know you was that short. Like you get shorter by the Instagram post. I swear to God. On everything. You 5'2" now. You damn near Kevin Hart. Now, back to the topic at hand. The topic at hand is behind the scenes, y'all. Last week, my brother Iceberg was complaining about my topics being too old. So I said, motherfucker. I said, sir. I said, sir, you do the topics, sir. So he said, I'm gonna do the topics.
Right.
So he did the topics, and Dre, I'm so petty. I had another note.
Yeah, another note
with topics on it, with my own topics. So I was really gonna hold them, and you can tell T get mad because she said I can't never surprise because I can't never hold anything. So I was gonna wait till actually we started potting to actually reveal my other topics I had, but I ended up sharing them early because I just don't like holding on to shit.
He gonna call me how the topics looking.
What he said was, "Oh, you got a problem with this? Then I ain't gonna do nothing all week. Then let's see what sandwiches we have. You gotta talk like me and shit."
Yo, what is up with this? What do you call me? Neefa what?
Oh, Neepy.
What the hell is old Neepy about?
Anything I talk to you, anytime old Neepy. I heard that. That's what they say.
Who?
That's what they say in the streets. Old Neepy.
This is Brothers Talking Shit podcast, episode 187. If you don't know, after 187 episodes, who I am the Flush Man. I'm also known as the Fat Boy. I will call you Broadish. I am your Huckleberry. I am Red Cup Flushy. I am Big Sexy to get at Jay anytime, any place. With my shirt off too. Pause. That's it. Let's go.
And I'm Rel, aka Iceberg Shorty, aka the Prince of Pop, and I'm also Relly with the white tee. I'm back. You a hater, yo. Look at you got a white tee. You want to be me so bad, yo.
No, I wore this shirt to work.
I've been Relly with the white tee forever now.
Like white tees, like you was the first guy with a white tee. Like, stop
I'm the guy who rocked the white tee on the pole.
Stop it. No. I've been you got a tank top on.
Right,
so
it's all right.
You bare chest with the white tee.
You want to beat me for your
chest hair sticking to the white tee.
Moving on, bro.
Yo, what's good? It's Big J, Mr. I-95. Say what you said, because I might pull up on you in that wife beater custom made, because I know they'll make it in your size. So let's go.
I'm not that big. I'm not the biggest Jay. You big Jay.
Let's go.
Jay.
Yeah.
I seen you with your shirt off. You got a lot going on.
Big back.
Hey, yo, what up? This your boy Dre B, aka King Mello. I'm back like I left something. Turn me up in the headphones. I'm ready to pod.
Let's go.
We got Dre back, man. Cool. Shout out to Cool. Shout out to Juice. Shout out to JB. Shout out to PJ. Squad.
Gang.
Yeah, man. We here. I'm in a good mood. How y'all feeling, man?
It's been a good day. It's been a good day.
I had to tell Dre. I was telling Dre before up in pre-production, like, yo, that I've been working the last 3 days. I got off at I had to be to work at I had to get up for work at 3 a.m. and I had to really get myself together because I took a nap at 3 p.m. and we recording at 4 and the guy I was at that moment, I was not ready to be who I got to be in this space. So I had to sit back here and find myself, like, because I know Rel gonna be like, yo, come on, bro. I need the energy, bro. Come on. And it's 4 of us, so be a little light. If y'all notice, when we a little lighter, I gotta be more. When it's 6 of us or 5 of us, I'm more chill. But when the numbers get a little low, then I gotta go give them 40. So I'm about to have my
yeah, 3 a.m. I was eating fried rice at the strip club.
was gonna be one of those episodes.
You got past your code? You got past your code, Jay?
I was still out. Yeah, man.
No, fried rice in the strip club is wild as hell.
Wild.
They got
Wild.
menus, yo. They got A5 Wagyu.
Let me ask you something.
They had an A5 Wagyu.
A Wagyu steak in the strip club?
No, they had an A5 Wagyu bologna sandwich. And I almost got it.
Jay, don't you eat T-bones?
T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, and was great. I grew up on that.
And when you eat your fried rice in the strip club, do you eat it with a fork or a spoon?
Sport.
You just gotta be fucking.
Yeah,
you just can't be regular.
You gotta eat it. You know.
I'm just kidding. It's dark in there.
No, it's not.
It's lit up.
Lights. You got lights.
I ain't been in the Shakey's in a while, so.
You know.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay. You want to give us a little update on the strip club? I'm sure we ain't. We not.
I mean, listen, man. Down south is different, right? So, shout out to Houston. You know, because my order goes Houston, Miami, and then Atlanta for the top threes in the cities right there. But shout out, you know, these people out here making it, man. They making the food. It's one of the best. It's one of the best menus that's out there. So
I was being sarcastic. I didn't really want a whole rundown.
My bad, your fault. You shouldn't ask me a question there. You know I'm about to wake you up. Let's go.
And he was about to say
the deep dive into the menu.
Yeah, my nomination for stripper of the year is Mercedes, and she work over at Jaguars.
It's close to Cheetahs.
I'm about to ask you. No big red cup.
No, man, come on, man. You know, I gotta keep. You know.
You didn't sit in the body. You ain't speak on it.
I don't. You know.
Oh, shout
people
out.
already know. They already know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Big Cup Buki.
Yes, Buki69 at gmail.com, ladies.
Let's go.
He will take his shirt off and show up.
Gonna pay for it. That's
all right, man. Let's tap into this Diddy trial, man. I'm gonna let y'all. Okay, so Diddy, what? He's been found in 2 counts of prostitution.
The Mann Act is what he's been convicted of.
Okay, break it down for me, brother.
Yeah, so the Mann Act was an act. It used to be called the White Slavery Act, which basically meant that you couldn't take women and transport them for the purposes of prostitution across state lines and all of those things. So like I said, that was the origins of it. It's changed a couple times. I think 78 is when they turned it into the Mann Act. Oh, no. 1800s. And then I think they changed it to the Mann Act in like 1910. And it's been updated a couple times in the late 70s. But bro, they ain't got shit. Like, bro, like, so they got him on the Mann Act. Well, the 1 count for Cassie, and then the 2nd count was for Jane Doe, right? I think we know who Jane Doe is, or we don't, whatever, right? Shout out to her. Jane Doe is who was with my man Rico. Shout out to my brother Rico. That's my guy. That's my guy. I love that dude. And they didn't get him on the Rico. I mean, on the Rico racketeering, and they didn't get him on what was the other 2? I'm tripping. I don't know what the other 2. I can't
human, like sex trafficking or something like that.
Or was it the coercion one? One of them, yeah. Let me chat GPT. Figure this out, please.
Yeah.
He Googling.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah. So 2 counts. They wouldn't let him out of jail. Pre sentencing. You know what I'm saying? Bail. And sentencing ain't till October 3rd, which I think
they talking about moving it. They're trying to move it up.
Move it up closer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think a decision will be made tomorrow, July 7th.
Oh, for real?
Oh, okay.
So.
All right. Well, that's even better.
Don't quote me. Don't quote me on that.
Okay, I didn't hear that. But cool. But like, come on, yo. Anything that y'all give him outside of what he's already served, y'all doing it just because. Like I said, we brought it up, the OJ memorabilia thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just the law trying to get you. Versus what actually it is, right? Like, he didn't coerce those women into doing anything, right? And if he did, then there's a bunch of people being guilty. If you ever flew somebody out, then you're guilty of this, right? If you ever had sex with somebody and bought them something after the fact, then you're guilty of this. And then you got to take away the reasonable standard that he is a high-powered, high-wealth man who's able to do these things that all these women willingly participated in, right? Cassie was reaching out posts, you know what I'm saying, all the incidents, saying how much she missed him, right? She even said in court that she still loved him. All those things that are happening and are being said is just, it's insane. So I just didn't see how or why he's still in jail and they didn't really have anything, and the verdict is going to be very interesting.
So let me just say this little piece of it, right? So I thought from the beginning, first of all, I think the prosecution just did a horrible job with this case, right? In the beginning, I think they upcharged, for no reason, as they often do, and then instead of actually going after him for the crimes that he had committed. And once you do that, I think you kind of throw away the validity of the entire investigation. You throw away the validity of the case, and now you lose public opinion, because now, like Rel said, we're looking at this, and the brothers on this podcast have lived a pretty good life, right? So like you said, if you've ever flown somebody out, or if you've ever, bought somebody a gift or something like that, now you're looking at it like, wait a minute, that happens every All-Star weekend. So every NBA player, every actor and rapper, right, is guilty of exactly what you're trying to send this man to jail for the rest of their life. I knew that this was kind of I knew this was a reach when I saw on the news, right, that there was when they searched his Miami home, they found like an AR-15 or something like that with the serial number scratched off of it, but there was not one gun charge in the entire case. Not only that, but they said that he, allegedly he had started a fire at Kid Cudi's house, right? And he blew up his car or something like that, right? So where is the arson charge? Where's the attempted murder charge, right? So you have all of these charges that you're not charging him with, but then you go to racketeering and RICO like he's John Gotti or something. So I kind of felt like it was a reach, from the jump. But I think if they had just charged him with the crimes that he was actually guilty of, he might be in trouble. I think he's going to do, 5 to 10 years, maybe, right? And now I'm leaning more towards he might even get time served, because how long he been locked up? And now you talking,
it's been 2 years, right?
Yeah. So
it ain't. Was it last year?
Was it last year?
Yeah.
So I feel like, so I'm leaning towards he might get 5 to 10 years per charge, and then they're gonna run those concurrently, and he might be home in 3 to 4 years.
September 2024. It ain't even been a year.
Yeah, okay. I think I have a very unpopular probably thought on this. I don't know. He could do 5 years. He can come right home. I have no clue how this is going to go. I think, like Dre has hinted at, they went big and didn't have their stuff together. They thought they were just going to bully him, and he was going to go for it, and he was going to give him some years or whatever. He's going to plea out, and that was going to be the situation. And they didn't have a plan B or any legitimacy to, what they were doing. And I think when you hear a lot of the stories about how the feds, their percentage rate, you think about people not having the money to be able to fight these situations, and the people that had the money, they probably were into some illegal things, whereas their money seized and they can't really fight it. So I've been hearing that kind of thing, and that kind of makes sense to me. So maybe what seems to be, the feds is just so on point with their shit, might not necessarily be what it come across as. I feel like I heard Mark Lamont Hill say, and this kind of sticks with me when I think about the situation. It's like somebody who didn't do a murder. So they didn't murder somebody, but they murdered other people. So I know you didn't do what you're being accused of, but I know you've done plenty. So I really feel like, if he come home, cool. But if he get 5 years, there's no situation where I feel bad for him. Whatever charges.
I agree.
Well, you have to, right? And
I have to what?
No, go ahead. No,
I didn't finish my.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead, finish your thought.
There's no situation where I feel sorry for him. I feel like he's done enough in other aspects of things, like the things that Dre mentioned, and things that we don't know. I feel like he's done enough to people. Whereas though, he might not have done what he's been accused of. He might not deserve what is in front of him right now. But I feel like in the last 30 years, he's done enough to enough people. Whereas though. Yes, those things are just it's all catching up to him to a certain extent. How I feel about it personally.
So you think he going to jail basically offer like karma?
Karma, right? That's exactly what you said.
I say I don't. If he go, I don't know if he goes to jail.
No, what you're saying is if he does go to jail,
I don't feel sorry for
karma.
him. I'm not saying he should. I'm saying I don't feel sorry for him. I'm not saying he should. I'm saying if it does happen, I don't feel sorry for him because of things that I feel like he's done. Now I have no proof to sit back here and say, matter of fact, what he's done over 30 years. So yeah, I have no what's name.
You think he killed Biggie?
No, I think it's on the table. I think some things that he's shown. If you do it's stuff that's there. I think
right. So you're talking about the head stuff, right? Which was the first incident, right? At the game or whatever. Then you're talking about the New York thing with Shine, right?
That thing, the Pac situation,
the stuff with Pac, right? Maybe Biggie, right?
Let me just say this: I believe Keefe D.
Okay,
I believe Keefe D.
All right,
all of it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Right.
I mean,
don't get me wrong. Like I think Diddy is like everything that I've seen over the course of the last 30 years that he's been in the public eye. I think history shows us that Diddy's probably a pretty horrible person. Like that's what history tells us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, but being a terrible person is not against the law.
True.
It's not a crime to be a horrible person.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
True. I'm not saying even with the Biggie, the Rolling Stones story where they came out and said they was gonna put Biggie on the cover of Rolling Stones, and he said no. I want how if I lose my best friend, somebody who I'm calling my best friend in that manner, I'm saying that this is my best friend in the world. I love him. I made songs dedicated to him. No, I don't want him on the cover. That's my cover. You know what I'm saying? Like it just don't sit well with me. I'm not saying that he did. I'm not saying it could just be. It could simply be greed. It could
I'm with you, right? So like. To say set him down for 10 years because of this whole thing that maybe he didn't do these things.
I didn't say sit him down. I'm
not accusing you. What I'm saying, I'm not accusing you. What I'm saying to is in the ether, out in the world, right? And I'm gonna let you go, Jay. So like out in the world, sit him down for 10 years for what? Because you've been a horrible person over this past 30 years. Like I said, the same thing with OJ, right? They gave OJ 17 years for the daggone memorabilia thing, but you really put OJ in jail because you think he got off from killing Nicole, right? And the other dude, like those things that I'm morally conflicted with, right? Like R. Kelly is a nasty motherfucker, and he should be in jail because R. Kelly got caught doing nasty motherfucking shit. Right. Like we all, if you watch that video, you've watched child pornography. We didn't think about it like then, but that's the fact and the reality is. And that's why you can't and shouldn't watch it today and or search it because they will be at your door. Right. But back then it was on the daggone table at your local
flea market.
You know what I'm saying? Flea market, right?
In the barbershop.
It was in the barbershop.
Right. It was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You could find it everywhere. But now you're like, oh shit, I participated in that. Let me never Google that because it's gonna be a whole problem, right? Jared situation from Subway. But like on the other side of the morality of that is like, what are you getting them for? And Dre was saying, and I was trying to chime in to ask, like, if you charge him for what he's been accused of, what is that? Right? And all the things that Flush named, it's like, well, prove it, right? Prove that he was at Cuddy house doing X, Y, and Z, right? And then you think about it, like, any of y'all ever ran up on a girl like and did some wild shit because she was messing with a dude? I have, right? Allegedly. Like I have, like so,
allegedly.
Yeah, like no, I really have. And the statute of limitations has expired, and she's no longer here with us, man. Rest in peace to her. But like, so you know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't go to jail for that. No, Jay, I didn't do it. Right,
no,
like
I'm not saying. I think
look like she not here. What'd you do?
I think there was, and there's no proof of it. Like I said, I don't. If he gets off tomorrow, okay.
But this is the thing.
There's oh my bad. Give me 1 second. There's not a. If he was to get 5 years, there's nothing in me that says, "Damn, that's fucked up that they gave Puff 5 years." I feel like he's done something, but I'm not saying everything's true. I'm saying I feel like in 30 years, there's some illegal activity somewhere where he's got off on it or he got away with it.
Karma years.
And I feel like, so if he got, I'm not going to feel sorry. If he come home tomorrow and that's cool and he do whatever, I'm not gonna lose no sleep. I'm not gonna, we're not gonna come. I'm not gonna come here and say I can't believe that they let him come home or anything. But if he was to do 5 years, if he was to do 5 years, I'm not going to lose no sleep, and I'm not going to come here and say they shouldn't have gave him 5 years. I don't. Okay.
This is the thing. From the beginning, and once we found this out, I've been saying he's going to go free, right? And the prosecution has really shown that what I've been saying is true because they don't have anything. They made Cassie go on the stand and she looked dumb. They make everyone go on the stand and look dumb. If he goes free tomorrow, I'll go buy a bottle of Ciroc and cheers and toast with him. But I'm not going to.
Why you toasting with him?
I'm not going to say call me. What? Can't stop, won't stop.
Jay,
I'm asking you. I'm asking you a serious question. Why? Are you being serious when you said that? Or are you just joking?
Yeah,
Jay going to the Shakies.
And why? I mean, what makes you feel like? I'm just curious.
Because I don't want to say karma years, right? As you got kind of right going, because we all have a past, we all have anything, right? So, like, do you deserve to be locked up and taken away from your family and X, Y, and Z, and your money's on hold because you want to be a freak, right? Like, it's, again, we say this every time. Like, there's plenty of people across this world, NBA, WNBA, entertainers that has flown people out, right? I mean, I'm doing it next week, right? So should I go to jail because I'm gonna fly somebody out, right? Or I'll get flown out. And so, it's been a tale of time that musicians in this industry have been a target. I mean, look at Chuck Berry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So musicians have been a time, and then when you start getting a certain stature about you, then it's like someone wants to put a label on your back, right? DJ Drama, right? How many years did he go to jail? Well, what did he get? What did he get? He got some. He had to pay a lot of fines. Drama went to jail. Drama went to jail. Drama didn't go to prison.
I don't know.
He went to jail for when he started doing gangster grills because they called that piracy.
Okay. Yeah, but he didn't. Okay.
He didn't go to prison. He went to jail.
Okay.
So as he like to say sometimes, I went to jail for hip hop.
I was just curious. I asked just because you said the celebration. If you said you ain't care, you said I'm gonna go buy a bottle of Ciroc and celebrate. You don't even own Ciroc no more, do you? Or do you got anything to do?
I don't know if his partnership is still.
I'm not buying a bottle of Ciroc.
I'm not gonna take a shot for Puff. I'm sorry.
I just do. I feel bad for him. No, the guy he lives a well life, and sometimes you need to seclude that and talk to Jada Pinkett Smith and sign some more NDAs or something. But like sometimes it needs to what's done in the dark comes to the light. Cool, but being a freak is no crime. So prove what you can say. As you can say, like, I punched Drake in the face in Miami. I burned up kid, cut his car. No, he punched that nigga in the face in Miami. I was there.
That's why 4 a.m. in Calabasas, 4 p.m. in Calabasas was about Diddy.
I can't let a man with man gravy on his chest still off. Like, if I'm Drake, I'm looking for main man. Like right now, like you had man gravy on your chest, and you thought it's okay to hit me.
Don't forget the hijab freak off that he had either. Like you can't let that dude swing off on you. I'm sorry. Like Drake, he owed Drake 5 minutes for sure. Drake got to go find him and get that back.
And Drama and Don Cannon did go to jail in 2007 for Gangsta Grillz mixtapes, and they tried to RICO them on that. Yeah,
no, I didn't know. I thought you said they served some time like he did. No. Yeah, okay, they got arrested. Yes, they got arrested.
They tried to RICO
on a raid.
I said jail, not prison. You don't listen.
And when you
need to do, go tell his wife beat off, and you can listen. You didn't get enough along in that.
Peep the Blitz. When you said when you corrected me, I didn't say anything else after that.
You shouldn't, because you got to listen. It's a proven fact. If I'm talking while you talking, you can't listen. Go ahead, Ray. What you saying?
Yo, I thought you was replacing them headphones. You look like a Cleveland Brown. You look like a Cleveland Brown.
He said when the ad money comes through, he gonna replace them.
When that ad money or that amazing order that you order and they come to the door, then you got me.
Order.
Wait. Did you say Amazon or Amazing?
Amazing, because it's gonna be amazing if he hadn't ordered Amazon.
All right. Speaking of Drake, Drake got a lot going on. Where should we start with Drake? Should we start with the abs?
Yeah, let's start with the abs. Let's start with the abs. Does anybody believe Drake really got abs like that? Like yo, that's not how working out works.
So y'all know I'm a boxing guy, right? So
correct.
Immediately when I saw this whole uproar about Drake and these abs, the first person I thought about was Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya is like 60 years old, and a couple years ago he got a new girlfriend. She had him feeling young, so my man went to the body sculptor and went and got him some abs. Drake went and bought him some abs. I'm not mad. I'm not mad that he went. I'm not mad that he went. He got the money. He can do it. And, you know, in a couple years, I'm going to Turkey and I'm going to get me a beard. So I ain't mad at Drake for going out there and getting no abs. It is what it is.
Drake gets away with what our favorite rappers could never, ever pull off in the history. And I have to show him that kind of respect because the things that has happened with him that he seems to continue to just be able to move on from is amazing, besides the Kendrick situation. Which like the abs or Puffy punching them in the face or getting your leg peed on or like it's just what's my man Quentin
Miller with the
Quentin Miller tracks. You would think he was fucking what kind of vest and he's bulletproof as far as certain things. So I gotta commend him for even because I've never seen a rapper have these things. Oh, his dick is the flashing of itself online or something. Pause. Well, that's what he did, didn't he?
No, I just you said it, and I said.
Didn't he do that? They wanted something about him.
Yes, he definitely put it out there. Yes,
right. So he got away with things.
He leaked his own jump.
It's like a couple years ago.
Yeah, it might have been last year.
No, it wasn't last year. It wasn't last year.
Okay,
it might have been like 2 years ago at least.
Yeah, it was like 2020 because he said it in the song, right? Yeah. He said it in the beef.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got to commend him for being able to get away.
It might be on Family Matters. I think it's on Family Matters. He talk about it.
I mean, I think it's because we don't like you said it. Drake is not held to the same standard that we used to hold rappers to. But I think it's because we've accepted the fact that like Drake is in the culture, but Drake's not necessarily of the culture. He's just not. I
don't think we
shout out to Kendrick.
I don't think we consider Drake a rapper though. He's more of an entertainer.
But I 100% think Drake is a rapper.
But this is the twist. When we compare, he gets put in rapper. You don't say he's the best entertainer. People are saying, like people who speak Juice, JB, they don't say he's the best entertainer. They say he's the GOAT.
Drake is one of the best rappers to ever live on planet Earth. That's just a fact. I don't care what Quentin Miller wrote for him. He got way too many hits to say Quentin wrote all this. I don't care if Quentin wrote 10 songs. That would not change that Drake is a great rapper, right? I think Ye is a great rapper. And I don't think he ever wrote anything.
Is he a great rapper or one of the greatest rappers? You said two different things.
He's one of the greatest rappers. But if you're one of the greatest rappers, you're a great rapper. Drake is hands down one of the greatest rappers to ever grace the planet. It's not even close.
Here's my question to people that you know bring up the reference tracks and all of those things, right? I always wondered to them, like, do you think that Drake is not capable of rapping without somebody writing for it?
Right.
And if your answer to that question is that you think he's capable, then there's no way, even with the couple of reference tracks that Quentin Miller had, there's no way that you don't think he's talented. So why do we I don't even understand why we even bring that in. Not only that, but if I'm being honest with you, like I watch Jay-Z's my favorite rapper ever, right? I watch Fade to Black. And if you look at Fade to Black, when Kanye handed him Encore, it had a hook, it had the beat, it had a bridge, and all Jay had to do was add lyrics to it. So are we going to say Jay's not one of the greatest of all time because we sat there and we heard? Why is it not the same thing?
Right? Because it's when somebody writing your bars, it's a different thing than somebody having a hook and all that. I'm only speaking from my perspective. I don't know. I think everybody has their right to their perspective, so I'm not questioning anybody else's perspective of how anybody else feels. Like when Rel said he's one of the greatest rappers of all time, I look at that as how Rel feels. I don't see him as one of the top rappers of all time. I feel like
where you put
kind of like.
Give me a number.
I think he's. I think. Huh?
Give me a number. Fuck out of here.
Top 20.
Dog.
Do you know how many rappers are in history?
Like top 20.
No. I'm just saying. I'm not. When I
Bro,
talk
that's
about
like the top. You know, putting him in the top 20, that puts him in like the top 0.01%.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that he's not. Oh, I'm not saying.
So
that.
do you agree with me?
Right. Okay, it depends on what you're looking at. But hold on,
you couldn't find 20 rappers better.
Let me ask you this. Hold on. Can I give a perspective a little to the? I've heard what's my man name? Bud. Bud said that I don't remember this ever happening with Pacquiao, but that Pacquiao cheated somehow, and that takes away from his legacy in boxing. Do we feel like that was in sports? Let's say if somebody did, if it was, we said Barry Bonds never failed the drug test, but see, in your aspect of things, does a player who has failed a drug test somehow is their legacy tarnished some? Yes or no? Just all three of y'all.
No.
Then it's a different.
Because you brought up baseball, right? So let's stay in baseball. Okay. Everybody was cheating,
right?
Right, and I don't give a fuck what he.
Hold on. That's the shit that make me mad, even with the puff shit.
Okay,
because it's like, everybody was like, if I get caught doing something, if I get caught with work, if I got work, and I get caught, everybody got work. Like, no, I got caught. It is what it is.
No.
We talking about
snitching. You talking about snitching. I'm not talking about snitching. I'm talking about the fact that everybody was cheating. There's a point in the situation. A-Rod might not get into the Hall of Fame because of, you know what I'm saying, the steroids thing. A-Rod is still fucking A-Rod. Barry Bonds was Barry Bonds before the drugs. He was a Hall of Famer before then. So let's take away all the daggone steroid years. He was a Hall of Famer then.
Okay, so let me ask you.
All right, let me just put this on the record. Before we move on, I just gotta say this. Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player to ever play baseball.
Facts.
Period.
I agree.
Period.
I agree.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah.
Defensively?
Period. He said all together.
There has never been a better baseball player than Barry Bonds.
He look at it. I do it. Every time we talk about baseball, somebody got to bring up King Griffey Jr. Every time.
I don't know why.
But you agree with Flush.
The last two statements, I agree with Flush. Drake 20 and King Griffey Jr. Yeah, I agree with Flush
Welcome to the good side, Jay.
King Griffey. So let me say this though. King Griffey is my favorite baseball player ever.
That's how I feel about it.
He's my favorite. But Barry Bonds is the best player to ever pick up a bat. Period.
Pause. Barry Bonds couldn't climb that wall like fucking King Griffey Jr. could. Barry Bonds don't got that swing.
King Griffey Jr. can't hit like Barry Bonds. What are you saying?
Your homework after the pod. Just go and YouTube Barry Bonds Pittsburgh Pirates highlights.
I know. Listen, I used to be on my little baseball game when I was
outside for real.
I was. What nobody talking about Barry Bonds?
You wasn't on the diamond. You wasn't on the diamond.
It wasn't on the diamond. I didn't say that.
I've been all around Lifestyle AC, one diamond. Right?
We went to the park. And look, we put a fucking cone right there, tree, cone, tree.
You gotta go to Pottstown for the baseball diamond.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look.
We use chip bags.
But damn, how chip bags they still?
Jay, you was in the country?
Hey,
in the city.
Yo, they had the king size, the family share.
The party size Dorito bag.
No, you had to have a weird color like fucking barbecue chips. You need some shit that somebody can see.
The Lay's sour cream and onion. You know
right? No, you can't because it's green. Let's put it in the dirt.
We got
listen, we hers up here, baby. All right, so Jay, you say you agree with me? Okay, my bad.
I do.
We threw you off a little bit. All right, let's go all the way back to Drake. Let's get back to Drake. We done very Molly can get doing it. All right, so
we passed the abs, right?
Yeah.
And then what else is going on?
So hold on. Because Drake did say he would get his beard done.
Yeah.
Is there anything that any of us would do work-wise? get work done on yourself?
No, like I've had the stuff where it's supposed to stop you from growing your beard, and it didn't work. So I'm not going to say, you know.
You talking about like laser treatment or something? Like that?
Yeah, when I was in the military, I had laser hair removal surgery.
You got that fucking time. I need to have that shit so my shit can fucking.
So I had the sides done, and then the only thing that was left was I used to walk around with a goatee. I had a goatee profile, and so and everything else was good. So yeah, and so I still grew hair. So
yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I got personality, and I just win. Like I swear, I've won 40 years. I just start like I didn't have a car for like a lot of years. Like I will win. If I look at the numbers to be like, I'm.
Did
cool
you look at yourself in the mirror just now to say that?
No,
it's like it just came out of nowhere, bro. Like it was like
no, I'm just saying, like really, I'm really. The only thing probably would be about probably like the beard situation, but the baldy, I win because I can you know I got something going on, so I'm cool. But I'm cool. Like end of the day, now if health, you know, something that the doctor said I might need to do or something like that, then that's something I consider.
That don't count. That's not a vanity thing.
Yeah,
like, right. I need a new part. It's not like I got another.
Right. I'm just saying, like, no, even with my weight or something, if you felt like I needed to go get
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I'd rather put the work in and actually try to get to it. And I think my head too big to be a skinny nigga anyway. So I'm just, you know, it is what it is. But I don't. No, I'm at 40 something. I didn't got this far. Fuck it. Yeah.
I've been bald since January 2018 when my brother Flesh told me it was time to let it go. And I hate the little stubble that grow, right? Like I might go get me a laser treatment and reverse
it. Give me that
laser this shit off.
Testament.
No, okay. All right, well, fair enough. I went on a cruise, or the family cruise. Everybody in my family went on a cruise for Christmas of 2017. Everybody posted pictures. I was kissing my Aunt Janice. Shout out to Aunt Janice.
I don't even remember all this, but
yeah, I shot on Janice, and she posted and tagged me on Facebook in the picture. And I was kissing on her cheek, and I was like, no, it was my cousin Carnitra. Shout out to my cousin Carnitra. I was kissing Carnitra on the cheek, and I was leaning down, and my whole roof was missing. And my brother called me and said, "Yo, I love you. It's time to let it go." And I said, "What?" He said, "Yo, your hair look crazy. It's time to let it go." And that next Saturday, I went to my barber in Texas, shout out to my man Boss, and I've been bald ever since.
And that's what needs to happen in the world. Not enough of that thing is happening in the world. Yeah. LeBron, it's certain motherfuckers.
Nobody love you enough. Yeah.
Right. No, right. Or they scared of you.
That's not loving you enough. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We have to be honest with each other.
Yeah.
It's not honest. It's not honest. The problem is you got to be able. Flush can check Rel can check Jay. Dre can check Flush and go across the board, whoever it is. If you can't check who's ever in that circle, again, it's love. But if you can't check that person in that circle, then what's the point of y'all being together?
Yeah. You know what's crazy?
That's love, right?
You know what's crazy? I know people who I should have said it to, but I didn't feel like we was there.
Didn't y'all in there?
Oh yeah, fact.
Like, I feel like with LeBron, you telling me that Rich Paul, them guys, they not
correct.
There?
Absolutely.
So I'm talking about what Jay's saying. Jay,
right. I'm agreeing with what Jay's saying, and I'm also agreeing with what you're saying. Yeah, you see these people around him, but they glorified yes men. I don't care how long they've been around.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm you know, JB's not here, so I'm gonna be the bail shooter in this conversation, right? I just find it hard to believe that LeBron got all those people, you know, those people around him and stuff like that, and I just find it hard to believe that nobody has said, "Hey, Bron, hey, go and let it go, bro," because I just feel like there's a part of him. Because truth of the matter, bro, I give you credit because in that scenario, when Neef called you and be like, "Hey, you can't keep pulling up to the scene with the ceiling missing," you could have been like, "All right, Flesh, I don't give a fuck what you talking about."
Yeah, but again, to your point, it wasn't a joke. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Fuck the funny head. You know what I'm saying? It was, yo, bro. Yeah, it's time to let it go. You know what I'm saying?
And like, I feel like somebody has had that conversation with LeBron. One of the realest
things in my life, right? But not in a funny ha-ha manner, like, yo, come on, dog, where the rest of your hair? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a joke.
The most important person is I can't believe. I'm sorry, what? The most important person is I can't believe Savannah. I ain't say nothing to her, like sweetheart, like
baby, I love you.
Baby, I love you, but you know when you get in that kid coop, you know what I'm saying, the roof is missing, so let's just cut it.
You know, it might be time for her to, you know what I'm saying? You know how the women do. She got rubbed the back of his head and be like, you know what, baby, you might look really good with a baldy.
Or tell her, or suggest somebody that she like, oh, he look good with that bald head.
Yeah, I think
now my process was more of I was cutting my hair lower. I felt like right here I was getting like, I could see what I was getting like, and I was just like, one day I just told my barber, like, it wasn't even I'm talking, we in a chair, we talking. I was like, you know what? Cut it.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, you know, I just don't, I don't know. I don't like being out here looking crazy. Like, I don't want nobody look at my head and be like, damn, like, the fuck is boy doing? Like, I do it.
If that day ever come for me, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna know because I wear hats every day anyway. So I mean, ain't nobody gonna know. So if my joint ever, you know what I mean, if it ever get a little thin right there, oh, I'm letting it go.
I'll be looking at Pusha T braids, trying to see if it shit. I don't see it though.
No, he good.
Yeah, but I be looking like, because he like 48.
So he ain't do the Wyclef. You know that's what Wyclef did. Wyclef grew the locks, and he had his whole joint was missing right here.
That's how Wayne shit is.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. That's how Wayne shit is.
Yeah,
Wayne did too much.
Wayne, no. Wayne is worse.
Yeah, Wayne shit is real bad.
Wayne, yeah,
right.
Wayne got. He got like free forms. He got wicks.
It look like that mop that's in the closet of I don't know. We all been in that.
That shit, look, that shit. The mop you use outside. You don't need use that shit sit out. I got a mop to sit right here in the back right here. That shit just, I don't even know what we use it for, but the shit is a mop to sit there. Ain't nobody threw it away yet. I bit that motherfucker up. That's how that shit look.
That's horrible.
All right. Let's wheel it back in because we
get back to Drake. We talking about abs, about 10 other things.
All right, so okay, so Drake abs, you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
All right. What did I miss by Drake?
Yep.
Yo,
it's a part of the Iceman rollout.
Right, it's part of the Iceman rollout. Okay, go ahead, give us some backstory on that.
Yeah, he dropped a couple songs. And one, let me talk about how cool the rollout really is. Right, there's a place in Toronto called Iceman, so he's been filming content from an actual ice house where he's, you know what I'm saying, doing videos and all that stuff. He actually was driving around Toronto in the ice truck, talking to the people, right? He pulled up to a light and everybody was there. He was dapping them up, showing them love, taking pictures, all of that stuff, man. And he put out some snippets for 2 songs. What Did I Miss? And I think it's Supermax.
Well, they played. I think I seen the whole. I heard.
But I'm saying when it first came out, it was just snippets. Okay. It was going back and forth. But yeah, the songs is out. Like What Did I Miss is on Apple Music. I just saw Juice said it's #1 right now on Apple Music.
What Did I Miss was mid.
I believe so as well.
I'm sorry. I really feel like he needs to get. I think what's best for him is to get past all of this. I don't think he needs to write. Just do what you've been doing. Learn from Ja Rule. Remember they said if Ja never said nothing, 50 wouldn't have been 50. Now we've already seen the Kendrick last year.
Mm-hmm.
Drop the lawsuit and just make the music you make and stop mentioning, because he seemed like the guy who we was all at the fight and we know you lost and then but he ain't got no left hand, but you lost. Or it's like it'd be better if you just leave it alone and just go back to doing what you do. He the guy who got jokes all day, but then somebody give him one joke and he just can't let it go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I got jokes for everybody, I'm grinding Jay up, but Jay give me one good time and I just can't let it fucking go. Like, I done got off jokes how long? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long have you won? How long have you been the guy? Like, the character is taking the loss and bouncing back from it. And it's like, it's been a year and it's like, where do you get past it? It'd be corny if we would get tired of hearing every Kendrick joint that come out. Kendrick saying something about Drake, like, damn, okay, Kendrick, you did what you did already. Let's get past it. It's like the loser who just can't let the loss go. All right, dog, you got a loss on your record. Let's keep it. Go back to who you was. Get back to making the music you want to make, because these subs and these things you saying in these joints, right? They not it. They're not it. I'm sorry. It's not. I want to hear worse behavior or I I need that. I need. It's a couple. I can think of 15 joints that I need. I need that guy.
Tuscan leather.
You know what I mean? For real.
Yeah.
I need what's the shit where he coming at there's so many joints I can think of right now that I just need to. I mean, right.
Back to back.
Not back to back, because I feel like back to back to me too was overrated.
So he got subs on the new. I haven't heard the new releases, but so he got subs on there.
LeBron, he say Kenny call him a pussy. Yeah.
Okay.
He definitely coming at LeBron talking about, you know, last time I saw you side by side, and you know, basically, you know, how he show up at, you know what I'm saying, the Kenny show, big doofy ass.
But then that's what I'm saying.
I'm going to listen right after this.
Yeah,
that should go back. That should go back to the game shit to me.
Yeah,
and that should go back to when people ask me who won between Beanie Siegel and Jadakiss. I say Kiss because Siegel said the reason why I signed to the Rock because I listen and I watch and I listen to the Locks. Once you praise me, you dissing me later on. Like I believe in rap. You got to be careful who you glorify. You got to be careful who you talk great about
from a different time.
And that's fine. I can only speak from that. I can't speak from being 22 years old. I can only speak from that. So
you got to think you was a grown adult when Drake became hot.
Right. But if I sit back here and say all these great things about Jay's amazing. But then something happened. And then dog, you was the same one telling me how great he was. So is he great or is he this? It can't be.
You know what? I got to say, like, Neef, I kind of disagree with you on that one. Because I feel like being like you can't die on the hill, right? Mm-hmm. So like new information equals a new like you have to reevaluate that, right? So when Beanie Siegel said that, right, that's how he felt because that's the truth, right? Before he was signed, you know, he might have been locked up or he was on the corner in Philly and he was listening to the Locks, right? But then you get in the game and then you know your idols become your rivals. And you learn more information about your
survival.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And so I think after a while you do look at it and be like, oh wait, you coming for me? And like, wait a minute, I know this, and this about you, right? So what I thought you were then is not necessarily what you turned out to be. You know what I'm saying? Once I got into interest, I don't necessarily agree that once I've given you praise that I can never go back and be like, yo, wait a minute. You know what I mean?
Now I don't have a problem with you feeling that way. Let me ask you this. I think the difference is once you put it on wax, where the world can hear, play it back. Let me ask you this. Okay, even if let's say Drake had a perception of LeBron, and for some reason, besides, let's say it's deeper than him going to a show with his wife and him going to the Kendrick show, which shouldn't be a reason why I can't get my if we got because that. Can we agree that seems to be the problem? Or do you think it might be more than that?
Well, I think it's a problem because word on the street is that, you know what I'm saying, allegedly, you know what I'm saying, him and LeBron got some dirt together.
Right. So I went to a show. I'm talking about Drake's issue with LeBron is the fact that he went to the show.
Mm-hmm.
And
no.
Right.
Drake's issue with LeBron is that he went to the show. And then in Kendrick's grandiose moment of having all of these people on stage dancing to Not Like Us, LeBron joined in and danced along.
LeBron wasn't on the stage.
He was right there.
All right. So
right there.
Let me ask you, men who've been in relationships with women.
Yep.
How many times have you went to something you didn't want to go to because your wife wanted to go?
That's fine. But you just
is
can't
it possible?
No, bro,
is it possible? Hold on. Is it possible for
Yeah.
me to be somewhere that I didn't want to be with my wife and for a second have a good time?
Yes,
like
but
Drake,
it is possible for you. It's not possible for LeBron Anthony James.
All right,
his middle name.
Because Savannah wasn't on the stage with him.
He wasn't on the stage.
He was right there behind the stage. He was bro. He was right there.
All right. Let me ask you this. Now, this is my fucking pet peeve right here.
Yeah.
Even with that being so, let's say LeBron did do some sucker shit.
Yep.
I'm from a space, and I can only speak from where I'm from and the space I'm in. 2 sucker shits don't make a right and make a U-turn.
Mm-hmm.
So if you feel as though LeBron, first of all, if y'all got that relationship, right? If I don't agree with something Dre say or Dre do, my first, Dre, what you say? You got his phone number. I ain't said it in a while, but that's Dre shit. Mm-hmm. You got his phone number. I'm not for me to turn around and because I felt the way, even if Brian did some sucker shit, for me to do some sucker shit back, make me a sucker across the board. So if we and to put a man's relationship and family at risk. Because
right.
What we talking about?
I agree, but let's back it up. You're getting to the end of it. You're getting to the end of it, right?
Let's bring it back.
Like you can't be in the back being seen anywhere in the world because you LeBron James. If you're doing it in the comfort of your house in Calabasas and you singing, you know what I'm saying, certified lover boy, certified pedophile, fine. But you can't be on the nationally streamed, you know what I'm saying, Kendrick and Friends with your big dumb 6'8" ass talking about certified lover boy, certified pedophile when you was just standing next to Drake. And especially if you did some dirt with Drake, allegedly. It's
niggas who I'm not talking to right now. That dirt will die with me.
Right.
Correct. You're
but you got
right.
So another thing, Neef, we gotta rewind back, right? Okay. To another conversation that we had. Remember, we talked about Drake's default setting. So you're expecting, you know, real ninja stuff from someone that we've already determined is not a real ninja. So if LeBron does some sucker shit and we've established that Drake has, you know, sucker tendencies, what I expect from one sucker after they do something is more sucker shit.
Yeah,
that's what I expect. It's in that scenario, there's two suckers. If LeBron allegedly did this dirt with Drake or whatever Drake has on him, if he did that and now you standing there with the ops and you on stage dancing in their biggest moment against me, why would you think that if I'm already an established sucker, why would you think Drake wouldn't do sucker shit?
Because there's niggas out here that believe suckers is not going to be, maybe he don't see he a sucker.
Who?
And I don't listen. The way y'all saying it. Hold on.
I'm gonna pause there real quick, but go ahead.
All right. The way y'all seeing it, and I rewatched that concert because I really enjoyed it. Russell Westbrook, Lamar DeRozan was on the stage. I seen LeBron. I didn't see it in the.
You saw the live thing. We talking about actual people with their phones out who had LeBron on video and circulated around social media. I'm not talking about Amazon being a LeBron face. All right, that's why you keep saying the stage.
But you got Westbrook and DeRozan or LA.
From LA.
LeBron's not.
And he gave DeMar DeRozan the business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's because they had love when he was in Toronto. Because of the Toronto connection.
That's like we going somewhere, we partying, and Dreams and Nightmare come on, and you don't be like, you over here like, no, I ain't gonna sing that. That's gonna be your shit. You Philly, right? So
and just for the record, like, I don't have a problem with LeBron going to the concert. Like, I don't think there was anything wrong with that. I think Drake's beef with LeBron is, all right, you went, you had a good time, all right, cool, but you don't got to join in on the celebration, and we supposed to be cool.
No, I know what.
That's what the issue was.
Drake is like that nigga on Why Did I Get Married? At the table, bald head boy, Slim from the wood.
Yeah.
He aired out like, oh, Mike, that was the most. Hold on, let's clarify. That was the most stone cold sucker shit I ever seen in a fucking movie. I swear to God, that nigga.
When he said your wife got the tubes tied and didn't tell you,
and your husband burning. Yo,
that's wild. That's wild.
Drake is Slim from the wood on Why Did I Get Married? That's what Drake is. All because you lost.
Oh, he had the same name though.
Well, his name wasn't Slim on.
He was Mike, and then he was Mike on Why Did I Get Married, right?
No, Mike was Omar Epps.
Okay.
Yeah.
They call me Big Mike. Big Mike. Yeah. They call me Big Mike in the wood.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, classic. So end of the day, Drake, that was some mid, Drake. Jay, how you feel about, you listen to any, have you seen any of the rollout?
So I'm not a big Drake fan like y'all are. Again, I didn't listen to Drake until football practice one day where this dude in khakis came and said, listen to this song called Pound Cake, right? And that's bro, right? And I was like, all right, cool. All right. I'll listen to it because you said, listen to it. Then that's when I started listening to Drake.
That was your introduction?
Wait, a dude in khakis making you listen to Drake is crazy.
I worked at Best Buy. Right? They used to call me Khaki Man because I would come to practice, straight from work.
All right, I'm like,
yeah. Okay. So
shout out to the boys in Kentucky.
Yeah,
so guys.
That's what I got into it. So I listened to it, and I judged Drake off of his last couple projects, and things like that, and I wasn't impressed when it came out. All these Drake this, Drake is great, and then I know you like him because he got songs with Lil Baby, but so he it wasn't
See, that's that Drake shit. You trying to get real worked up by bringing up Lil Baby.
You said it earlier. You brought it up too.
I didn't say Lil Baby name.
I need that. And I'm like, oh, here we go. He's trying to.
I need what?
He's trying to. That's the song when they got together, whatever. So you trying to imply it in there, a little, slip in.
I'm lost. I bet. Jay, you out here dry snitching. You want some Drake shit? Do not be afraid, boy. You right up to. I expect more from you, big
Bookie.
Big Bookie. I expect more.
See, he didn't remember the name until Drake came back.
Yeah, I know. I forgot that shit. I had to put this shit. Go ahead, Drake.
So Jay, you wasn't on So Far Gone? You never listened to that? Because I've been like, that's my first introduction to Drake was So Far Gone.
No, don't get me wrong. I heard him when I was in clubs and bars and stuff like that. But as far as like, no, I knew the Shaky stuff moves out. But as far as like as on my playlist and things like that. Then again, back then we had mixtapes and there that. So I heard him on the mixtape. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, blah. He's a Young Money artist. But it wasn't one of those things that I'm gonna pop in and let it ride by itself.
Gotcha.
I had to go back a couple years ago and really listen to all the albums. I knew the joints I liked, but I wasn't really like. I had to do that. Go back and listen.
I think, man, Nothing Was the Same was, what I'm saying, me introducing that to Jay, which was 2013. But what I'm saying, Take Care was already out. Got that going. Thank Me Later. Thank Me Later.
Take Care.
Yeah.
And that one was Nothing Was the Same.
Which was well after So Far Gone. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
know what this.
And then that's not even what's the other one? Comeback season. That's after Comeback season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, what it feel like to me? This feel like 1998. What happened in 1998?
What feel like 1998?
The feel of rap right now.
Fuck no.
You crazy as hell.
No. What do I mean by
you crazy?
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
You said some wild shit, so we're gonna address it.
I didn't finish my statement. I let it sit there for a second. I let it sit there for a second.
Yeah, no,
I feel like I don't feel like 98 because of the art. I feel like the change and how you have to come is getting a little different. Pause. The approach is a little different, and Drake feeling like Diddy. You've been doing this. It's dark. We from Kendrick to 7-Eleven almost hit. And I know that rollout been crazy for the Clips.
He gonna step on it. That's my prediction.
He can't. Who gonna step on it? Drake?
You fucking crazy? Yo,
step on it for who?
Yo, like you too old to be this oblivious.
No.
You too old to be this oblivious.
I'm not in that. So,
bro, I'm talking about the world when I say it. I'm going to listen to the clips first anyway. When we talk about the numbers, if Drake dropped on Friday, it's going to step on the clips.
Guess what?
I promise you.
Why? Well, hold on. It's going to step on it because of the numbers it do. We're not talking about the quality.
Yes.
You talking about quality?
The numbers it do.
Fuck all that.
That's stepping on it.
Where's the quality at? If it's bullshit, guess what? I think if he wouldn't dare. I dare him to. You
don't think Drake would step on it?
No, what I think is
you lost your mind.
No. That's what I think. I think the bullshit been putting out. I'm not saying that he's not gonna do numbers. He gonna do what he do because he is who he is. The quality of it, he better stay far away from that shit. Because at the end of the day, if you're not really rapping, it ain't. You need to go ahead and fall back,
bro. You don't think he would change his date is Taylor? That's the fucking truth.
So
Dog,
I would say this
please drop,
two things could be true at the same time. So I just do not believe that Drake's ego would not allow him to step on the Clips project. That is definitely a play that he would use. Now, do I think the Clips album is going to be better than whatever Drake project he would drop on, to try to step on him? Absolutely. I think in the end, the Clips album will be the better album for sure. But I definitely think that is a Drake play to try and step on their album. Absolutely.
I wish you would. Yo,
absolutely.
If it's sitting there Friday morning, you get in your car, wherever you go, and you get your first taste of music for the day. And Drake album sitting there, and the Clips album sitting there. I'm listening to the Clips album 3 times before I even touch that.
You are, but
that's all I can speak for. I'm not speaking for nobody else. Listen, I'm not saying anybody else.
You said 98. So
no, but listen. First of all,
98.
What am I saying about 98? What I'm saying is the way you go about rapping now, you gotta really rap, bro.
Yeah.
This ain't shiny suits. We seen Mace come out in 97, and then Mace try to come back out in 99.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I was outside. I
get what you're saying. So you're saying you're saying like the change of the industry is changing. The guard is like a changing of the guard.
Really rap.
Yeah.
And they coming at listen. It's an attack on the Drakes and the fucking what's the name? It's an attack on them. When you got Kendrick coming at Drake, the biggest artist, and then you got Pusha coming at Travis Scott, a big artist, right?
Yeah.
These singing we rapping now. Then we got a Clips album with the first 2 singles crazy. We heard a little bit of the Kendrick verse. We ain't heard the Nas verse. He got Stove Cook God on that motherfucker. They got Stove Cook God on there. Yeah, stop playing, man. It's real rap out here now. You can come.
Nobody care about Stove God Cooks. I couldn't tell you one line that Stove God Cooks got. Couldn't tell you.
You need to go back.
I know who he is. You even said his name wrong. His name is Stove God Cooks. But that don't change the fact that nobody knows a goddamn bar from Stove God Cooks.
This ain't for you. This is my day. This is my 4th of July.
You see the Adidas tracksuit.
I'm gonna listen to the Clips first. I'm just telling you the facts.
No, you're not. I'm up at 4. I'm up. You know how early I'm up.
I'm talking about before the Drake album. Yeah. What are you talking about? And I'm up at midnight. So that means I would listen to it first.
So hold on. So I need to be listening to Cook God, Stove God Cooks. I need to be listening to that.
Yo, listen, that nigga, everything he's been on. If you listen, every feature he been on, he been cooking.
Okay.
I need another drink.
I thought that was an alias. I didn't even know it was a real
it's coke rap. It's coke rap. It's crack.
Stove
God with, and he fuck with the shit. He was just on Conway shit, killed it. He was on Benny shit. Everything I heard him on, he been going crazy. So I fuck with him heavy. But I think they got Raekwon on there. I feel like shout out to JB. I think Raekwon on the Clips album.
So can I be honest? I don't care.
Yeah, me neither. But shout out to JB. Them niggas be hype on Raekwon and Ghostface and all weak ass niggas.
No, I'm cool.
I'm on shit now. Let's go. What?
Yeah, I see. That's crazy.
No, because niggas be acting like Raekwon and Ghostface can fuck with Styles and Kiss or something. Like, what we talking about?
Two different styles of rap. I wouldn't.
Right? Niggas really rap.
I'm cool.
No, Raekwon and Ghost can really rap too. I just wouldn't put them in the. No,
they dabble.
No, you tripping.
Like, no.
I'm not hype on the Raekwon verse on the Clips. Like,
I'm not either. All right. I just said to say that. Fuck it, I'm out here. Malik Beasley.
Are we on Malik Beasley for okay?
Oh, my bad. Okay,
no, you good. We good. Yeah, it's all good.
Why the fuck you run up a $35,000 bill at the barbershop? You ain't know that, Trey?
I did. So did you see me and JB went back and forth in the group chat for a second because JB, the bail master, was trying to shoot this dude bail. And I'm like, wait a minute. He was like, yeah, he was in debt. His wages was getting garnished. So I'm like, okay, I pull out the Googles, got on my chat GPT and was figuring out what was going on. And then I see he had a $30,000 bill, a $20,000 bill at the barbershop and all of this. And I'm like, Bro, how you owe a barbershop $20,000-$30,000? Like that seems crazy to me. But not only that, even if you did have a garnishment and they was taking your money, bro, you've been in the league for 9 years.
Make $60 million over that time before taxes.
So you couldn't just write a check. Like, what are we talking about here? You've been in the league 9 years.
Well, man obviously got a gambling problem because he trying to run scores up and hit shots to
hit the parlays.
Yeah, he took a loan out against his future earnings like last year or something. Like I think it's like $20 million.
Then why he fucking with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife?
Yes, Larsa, before she was messing with Coke Buddy.
Wait, so
Coke Buddy, Coke Buddy is a wild.
So, what do you? I mean, you're a decent player, right? For being Malik Beasley, right? You made it to NBA.
No, hold on, Jay. You downside. Hold on. No, Jay. You know how much money he was getting a minimum almost.
Mm-hmm.
He was about to cash in. He had such a good season with Detroit. They was about to throw him like 4 or 5 years, $60 million. That is off the table right now. He just lost this right here, this situation, this gambling situation.
Oh,
he was.
It's a wrap.
He was set to sign a deal that was going to really be easy, $60-70 million because he had a good season. It's like a 6-7 man off the bench for them. He really picked up the bet.
No, I understand.
Go ahead, Jay.
My thing is like, how this brings you back to a few episodes ago. What are you really paying for haircuts? Like,
right.
I mean, a 10 fade is a 10 fade. I don't, if you use Andes or Bevel, like it's only so much skin that in hair that can be cut. Oh, yeah, I'm giving you $500 a week. Now I got you $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Oh, maybe he doing some Diddy shit and flying them out. Oh, I need my airfare, please. Pay or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not that right there. I look to it, if I'm gonna have somebody in my crew that can cut, right?
Maybe he got all his family going to that barber. Let's say he got his nephews and maybe he ran it up like that by, let's say, wherever he's from. Maybe that's the guy he grew up and was cutting his hair. Maybe that guy ran up by multiple people. That's only I can't see. Even if you got your haircut every 2-3 days.
Bro, I just did a little bit of rough math. Do you know how at the price that I pay right now for a haircut, do you know how many years it would take me to run up $30,000 worth of debt?
3.
41 and a half years. How old am I, Flush? I'm 41. This dude owed a barbershop. Bro, this dude owed a barbershop more money than I've spent on haircuts my entire life. That's crazy.
Because I'm sitting here thinking like maybe he flashy and like the tip, but tip ain't in what you owe. So it's like
no.
I don't know.
For that you should have just bought a barbershop.
Yeah.
If you $20,000, you should have just bought a barbershop.
Man. Then he owed the dentist. How much he owed the dentist?
Like 35 or something like that.
The dentist is garnishing his wages,
bro.
They might.
What did they do to your teeth?
They might.
Hold on, I'm about to Google his smile.
The nigga haircut wasn't never that sharp. I ain't never seen like damn that nigga shit sharp.
I need that. Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta Google this.
I heard Steve Harvey used to get a haircut every day, which is crazy because I'm talking with Steve Harvey with the fucking box.
Yeah.
I can't.
But Steve, so what Steve did though, Steve paid his barber a salary. So which Steve was like, yo, you gonna cut my hair, I'm gonna pay for your flights and all of that, and I'm gonna give you 6 figures a year for you to do that. And that's what he did to cover that. He wasn't going in there paying like per haircut. He was like, nah, I'm gonna shoot you, $150,000 a year or whatever, and you just gonna travel with me when I need you to travel, and you gonna cut my hair.
This nigga just fucked up the bag.
He invested in. He took it. So when Steve said, "I'm gonna go bald," he says, "All right, cool. I'm gonna drop you a severance check." And then the dude now cuts celebrity hairs and owns like 7-8 barbershops.
And he has a barber college. He runs barber colleges too.
Exactly. So
I would hate that. How tall is Malik Beasley?
I don't care, but if he owe a dentist all that money, I just Googled his teeth, and they ain't worth $35,000.
I'm gonna have to put hands and feet on that man. I don't care how tall he is.
bro.
Yo, PJ, just say something to him, PJ. I'm a sneaky.
Bro.
I'm gonna wait till you sleep and repo your teeth. Like, come on, man. Like,
Bro,
Nigga wake up with no choppers. Now,
Yeah,
now I gotta see his teeth now. Now I gotta
Bro.
see his teeth.
no,
Listen,
it's crazy.
it ain't worth $35,000, bro. He could have went
where he
over there.
from, yo?
He get it with the turkey with Dre.
Where
And
he
then
from,
pay
yo?
10.
Where this
He
nigga
could have
from?
pulled up the turkey with me. He tripping. 35 grand. Listen, I done
Dog.
paid for, bro. I done paid for 3 sets of braces, and I done paid for 3 sets of braces and Smile Direct in my household. Man, stop playing. Cut it out. 35 grand. Cut it
Yo,
out.
the timing of this shit is so crazy though. That shit came out like right before, like I want to say, as free agency was hitting.
That wasn't by accident.
You from Atlanta?
Please don't think that was.
You from
Please
Atlanta?
No, I
think
don't.
that was
But
not
the-
coincidence.
But a week later,
That was not coincidence.
You
if
from
they
Atlanta?
waited a week, we
You from
talking
Atlanta?
about
Atlanta was 6'4". He's 6'4", Flush. So you got a chance.
6'4", yeah, Flush, you could.
man. Listen, man.
Swing on.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah, man.
yo, somebody say something. No, put a little ass in front of me. Yo, shorty, go walk on some bad boys one, on some bad boys one shit. He worried about that.
Bro, cut it out, bro.
That nigga thought he's a
JB, stop shooting these guys bail, man.
Yo, he fucked up a bag, dog.
Bro, you've been in the league 9 years. You should be able to just write a check and get rid of all of that.
Can't nobody sit back and say you owe
50
me.
bands and you made 60? You made
But the
60
twist-
million?
Can't spend 50 bands if you ain't got it.
But peep the Blitz. He's sitting back here trying to hit the parlay.
Bro.
He not listen. Not
Him
only do you
running
owe
down
the,
and get that dunk was crazy.
and that's what started this whole shit. The whole
Yeah.
shit was
The irregular betting.
right,
Yeah,
and then the floodgates open.
right. But you like so smart that you dumb. You don't think that putting money on yourself changes the line and everybody can see it.
Did no boy just get suspended? Who was that?
Porter
Well,
Jr.,
Atlanta.
brother.
But he wasn't even
for
established.
the receiver for Atlanta Falcons.
Oh,
But that's
he
a
got-
couple years ago.
oh,
He
yeah.
wasn't betting on. I don't think he bet on his own games though.
Yeah, he was betting.
Ridley.
Really?
Yeah, really, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he
So,
done his.
am
think
I the
he just
only one
bet.
that think that's stupid? Am I the only
To
one that
do
think
what?
that's stupid? So
I wouldn't be betting
if
on
I-
anything.
Just because I'm an NFL player, right, or NBA player or whatever, I should be able to bet on FanDuel games that I'm not playing in. There's nothing wrong with me betting.
I think
I think
they
that's
changed
stupid.
that
It was
since
against
the
the
Ridley
rule
thing
at the time. Yeah.
initially. But damn, how do I get fucked in that situation? And then y'all change the rule. It's crazy,
Yeah,
right? Ain't that what happened? Am I tripping?
I mean, it's the same. It's the same like the people that.
I mean, Ridley still got his money. Really, Tennessee just gave him a bag.
He hated that.
Ridley was
too.
young enough, huh?
He hated that too.
But yeah, I think it's stupid to sit there and say like, oh, because you play in the league, you can't bet on the game. If I'm not playing in the game, then it is what
Well,
it
you
is.
can
Let me
now,
put
right?
my money up.
Can't
I
you,
don't know.
man?
I don't know. I thought I can't keep up with all the league. I don't gamble, so I
I
don't pay
wouldn't
much
risk
attention
it.
to it.
I'm not gonna fuck up the if I'm up like these niggas is up.
Yeah.
Like he had to already he fucked up all the chicken. Ain't no way.
I mean, but there is plenty of betting out there. I mean, I would be betting on, boxing
never got that.
and
I never
soccer
got that.
and shit.
So yeah, I never got that. I'm a dollar here, dollar. I don't
No,
know.
NFL players are strictly prohibited from betting on NFL games or any other NFL related events, such as the draft or the combine. So
Stupid.
no.
Stupid.
All right, so what? Listen, if the money you
I
don't
mean, there's
need
plenty
to
of stuff to bet
gamble.
on though.
You don't need to gamble. It's not like
Yeah.
your life depending on it. Go practice like
You're putting yourself into that process, right?
right. I am.
If you are a gambler, you're going to gamble.
You gamble.
So-
anything.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Michael Jordan. They said Michael gamble a
Yeah.
coin flip.
Bro, I watched
22.
Michael Jordan gamble somebody on a coin flip. Who could get closest to the wall? Like,
In real, I be talking about in real life because who knows with you, Dre? Who knows?
Nah,
I was there. And we like, oh yeah, Drake.
You see how we all got quiet,
Ray
right?
is like the Mark Lamar Hill of as far as celebrity shit. Like you just
You see how
I
in
was
the
with
chat,
De La
right?
Hoya.
You see how in the chat I wrote that? I was like, yo, so you with so and so?
hey, no,
I think I
no,
seen
Jay, we're
Drake.
not gonna do that. Jay asked when I said I had to go to an event in LA. Jay asked me, was I gonna be with the Kardashians? No.
I swear I don't know if Jay. This before Dre even joined the group chat or anything. I feel like, and this could be, I could be tripping. My mind could be. I feel like I was watching TV, watching the boxing event.
Here we go.
And I seen Dre on TV. Like I know Dre. Like I knew Dre in the Navy. And through the pod, like through us pod and all that, Dre was always supportive. Dre was on the pod before what you call it, Jay? Before the
Biden break.
Yeah, right before the Biden break. Right. And I feel like I was watching TV and I'm like, yo, nope. It's like the Rico shit with Dre. I'm like, yo, I know that nigga right there, yo.
All right, so check this out.
He be in the ring. Have you been in the ring before, Dre? Like when the fight over, have you been in the ring?
Nah, I ain't never been in the ring. But you probably did. You probably did. No, for real. You probably did see me on the screen for real. It was the Erickson Lubin. There was a fight in Pennsylvania, and I went to that, and he was walking back, and he like dapped me up, and it was on Showtime. So that's probably what you saw.
I seen something with Dre because I'm like Dre locked in with these boxing niggas.
Goddamn Frank Lucas and shit.
And you definitely like you could be related to the twins and their father.
I swear, I
100%.
That's why I've asked these questions like Dre. How do you know them?
But yeah, Calvin really
be outside.
Calvin really got suspended the whole 22 season.
Yeah, the whole season. Yeah,
right. But he bounced back. He went to Jacksonville after that. Then he just got the bag from Tennessee.
And he won.
Malik Beasley 9 years in. It's over.
Yeah, he's done for.
Yeah, and you a one trick pony. You got a jumper that works sometimes. You did. It was crazy. I hate that shit because we
in LA, so fuck them.
Right,
like that's where I'm at.
Hey, have you seen they went back, the internet's undefeated. They went back and clipped all of these things where they was like, bro, y'all couldn't tell he was betting, and they show all of these highlights of like wild shit he was doing that you could kind of tell, like, bro, you was trying to cover the spread and all type of shit.
They got whatchamacallit on some shit too.
Gary Payton Jr.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen a video of him tripping on the sideline.
Yeah. We only did 3 topics. This might not be a Peep the Blitz episode. All right, NBA free agency. Anything stuck? I mean, I wanted the Lakers to get a big man. I guess I hear that Luka really wanted DeAndre Ayton.
I think that's a good pickup for y'all.
Yeah, I would say you want to consider him a big man.
So one more time.
If he play like he got some sense, it's a good pickup.
No,
if he plays like he played in
Phoenix.
Yes.
But the problem, what seems to be the problem with him is he thinks he should be more of a star than what his skill set says. Does he have a nice skill set? I agree. I think he does. But now you have to come to LA and know that you're the 4th option, maybe. At least the 4th option on the offense.
Give me that number, that list.
All right, Luka, LeBron,
and Austin. Yeah.
Now the thing about those 3 guys is they share the ball. They're gonna throw him. He should get a lot of easy opportunities. He has good hands. He's not the jumper or the athletic. We more of a put it back up layup more than a alley-oop guy. I think.
That pick and roll should be crazy.
Yeah. So I think you're with 3 guys who love to get the ball up. Austin Reeves will throw you a oop. Luka, Bron, they are Hall of Fame passers. And then when they go out the game, you can do your thing. I think if anything, just talking to Lakers talk, I don't know where Rui, the defense, but that 5, I ain't made it
on the block right now. Rui's on the block right now. And so, because Rui's a decent player.
Rui shoot 40% from the 3. He might be the most consistent. He's sitting in that corner, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know. They talking Wiggins. I don't know.
They're talking about possible.
They talking about fucking Melton. Man. Well, we can talk about other teams, but the Lakers, I think they really just.
Please.
It's really obvious that LeBron is not the priority, or what LeBron feels or what LeBron wants. That is out the window as far as LA.
LeBron got 2 seasons left.
If that.
Well, I think for sure he has 2 seasons left. I think he's gonna retire. I think Bryce is a one and done. And when Bryce get to the league, LeBron's gonna play 1 season with Bryce in the league, and then he done.
Let me ask you how you feel about Boston, because we haven't. Yeah,
I mean, so it's pretty clear. Like Al Horford is he's on his way up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And then we got rid of Porzingis, we got rid of Drew Holiday, and you know, at the end of the day, those were money moves. If I'm being honest with you, I think you know the Celtics are kind of willing to roll the dice with next season to see whatever it turns out to be, because Jason Tatum is going to be out for the majority of the year, if not the whole year. So I think right now, you know, next year is like, well, this is the best chance we're going to get. If we're going to get anywhere near the lottery, next season is going to be the one, right? I think this is also a year, you know, going into next season. This is also a year where we're going to see if Jaylen Brown is really what everybody says that he is, right? So there's going to be no Tatum. Drew's gone. Porzingis is gone at the beginning of the season. That's going to be his team.
Him and White.
Yeah, him and White. So we're going to see, you know, what they're able to do. There's a lot of rumblings. I'm hearing a lot about, you know what I'm saying, they're interested in Dame. I'm a little indifferent to that. I don't care either way, to be honest with you. Because if Dame comes there, he's not going to be a 1 or a 2 option or whatever. It's just going I think they're going to end up turning him. I think they're going to end up turning him into, you know, like a catch and shoot option type of thing. But I'm just right now, I got to be like the Philadelphia fans have been for a long time. I just got to trust the process. New leader, you know, new ownership. It is kind of.
How you feel about Anthony Simmons?
I don't know enough about him to really like have an opinion, to be honest with you. Like he's been off in Portland, you know what I'm saying, in the wild blue yonder, and I ain't really been paying no attention to him. So I'll take some time to look at some highlights. But again, I don't really think that we're not looking for a superstar at point guard. You know what I'm saying? Whatever position he's going to play, whatever minutes he's going to play, we're not looking for a superstar. We just need you to come in here. This is your role. Do what your role is, and we're going to be all right. And I think that's what the motto is in Boston, and it has been for a very long time.
Yeah, because I think when it comes to players that 20-point players on a losing team, that don't really speak to anything to me. You can score 20 and y'all win 30 games, and that don't mean, oh, that 20 transfers to 20 in a winning situation. The thing that you said about I don't see a lottery for y'all when you got Brown, White, and you put some guys in place in that weak East. Y'all should be able to just be a 6 seed, and if Brown do what he need to do, White do what he need to do. If Anthony Simmons give you 20 points, 50,
I do think we're still a playoff team in the East.
And you get to see what Walsh is. Y'all got some guys that's been sitting. See what they
Davison. Yeah.
What else happened? What else happened? Free agency. Anything else? It's been a quiet. It's been a.
Ain't no splashes, right? We talked about KD last week. Obviously,
that
Ayton was a splash this week. Like
that second apron shit is like they about to be like the NFL.
What?
Just you're not going to be able to do. It's going to be a lot of
more parity.
Yeah. That second apron is really.
So here's the problem with that. The NFL is the United States of America's #1 sport. Right. So it can survive through anything. And even the small market teams are big market teams. Pittsburgh is a big deal. Green Bay is a big deal. Right. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the small market. Indianapolis is a big deal. So it's not the same. So I would never put NBA and NFL in the same conversation. Right. The only reason why anybody cared about the NBA finals was the fact that everybody voted Hallie the most overrated. You know what I'm saying, star in the NBA, and then him getting to the finals was absolutely amazing. And those couple shots that he made, right? That was the only reason why anybody ever cared about it. Outside of that, they're going to be starving. It just feels like the NBA is fluttering, kicking their feet, trying to figure something out. That's why we've had the All-Star game change 4 times in 4 years, right? You're just reaching for stuff, trying to get people to gravitate and attach to it. And as the stars that we knew and love leave, they're trying to create these other stars. That's like, I don't think that SGA is a better player or should deserve the MVP over Yoke. I just didn't think that, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't like SGA's game, right? But they just let him get away with it. And you're just trying to transition it to these new guys, and people care less and less about it. Because the young kids, our kids, ain't like, oh, shit, I got to watch SGA.
I got an interesting question. there was a time when the NBA didn't know what the league was going to be without Michael Jordan.
I see where you're going, Flush, but this is and it's kind of like it's almost like you're reading my mind. This is the first time in the history of the NBA, right, since probably the 60s, that we're going into a transition and we don't know who the next face of the league is.
But we didn't know after 98 when Mike said he retiring. I think was it
they already had Shaq. They already had Shaq. They already had AI.
That question was still something that was there.
You keep saying looming. It didn't loom for long. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like it was.
What you mean once? Because hold on, think about it. 98, 99 was what? San Antonio and the Knicks, and that was into the they had a what's the name season that year?
You heard what you just said? Lockout.
They had a lockout season that year.
You heard what you just said? San Antonio and the who?
And the Knicks.
And the New York Knickerbockers. You talking about the New York Knicks that play in Madison Square Garden in the middle
right,
of Manhattan?
But the New York Knicks.
You keep saying like you're talking about players. We're talking about the Knicks, right?
But we're talking about players.
But it's the Knicks.
It's the Knicks, right? Whoa. Patrick Ewing was still on the Knicks.
Right.
John Stockton was on the Knicks. Larry Johnson was on the Knicks.
But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is the transition, right? So yeah, you had Michael Jordan that left the league in '98, right? But Allen Iverson was already there. Shaquille O'Neal was already established in the league by that point, right? You had players. It was the thing that was looming in the air is which one of these guys right here, these 3 or 4, are going to be the next face of the league. And then what ended up happening was Kobe emerged out of nowhere as the guy. Right. And then Kobe had a very, very short run where it was like kind of like, oh, he's the guy. Right. And then LeBron shows up in the league. And it was clear that even during Kobe's time, LeBron is going to be the face of the league. For the first time in our lifetime, there is no player we look at right now and we're like, oh, no. It's going to be that guy. Right. Is it going to be Jason Tatum? Is it going to be SGA?
But that's how
it's going to be Joker?
I feel like in '98.
Shaq had already been to the finals.
We were picking which one of these guys, these 1, 2, 3 guys, is going to be the guy.
Going to be the guy. Like
we thought it was Shaq. We thought it was Shaq in '98.
Correct.
Because he was the most dominant player in the NBA at that time.
Correct.
But then we looked at, oh, wait, he lost to Hakeem in the finals. And then he turned around and, oh, wait, here comes Tim Duncan. But we thought it was going to be Shaquille O'Neal until Kobe started showing his ass, pause. And then he emerged as another figure. Right now, we don't have that. I'm not watching SGA. I'm not. Right? Jason Tatum, as much as I love him, right? He got the personality of paint drying, so he's not going to be the face of the league. Anthony Edwards got too many baby mamas. He's not going to be the face of the league. So we really don't know who's Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards felt like Kobe when he missed them wide open.
Absolutely not. He don't want to be. Kobe wanted to be the best player in the NBA.
He's just talking. The energy of him ain't the energy of somebody who don't want to be.
Anthony Edwards?
Yes, he says what he says.
Yeah, he said he's competitive. He said to Barack. He said, "He's
competitive. He's competitive, and he's a dog. That don't mean he wants the responsibility of carrying the league on his back. He want to play basketball.
Yeah,
he don't want.
That's all it. But that's all it really. What else? No. He got the hold on. He do the commercials.
He don't want the politics.
Now they're pushing that on. He don't want the politics of it. You think about the Redeem team. Let's talk about the Redeem team. Everybody knew what it was, but you call Kobe there to show up because he's Kobe fucking Bryant.
Right.
You don't do that for Anthony Edwards, and he's one scandal away from them doing the whistle to him.
They told Anthony Edwards, D Wade came off the bench because Kobe was there. He said, "Ain't no Kobe on this team." I just believe I believe he's made a lot of mistakes young. I believe he made a lot of mistakes young. I think the right person getting his ear, the right people telling him the right things. When I look around, who else then?
That's literally our point, yo. That's literally our point. And the problem is all these faces of the league you're trying to create, they aren't American. But guess what you're going to have a struggle with? You're going to have a struggle with that.
The commercial
Nobody connects with Jokic. That commercial don't come out no more. You seen it lately?
What commercial talking about?
The Hotels.com commercial.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about when
I'm talking about the Jokic joint. You ain't seen it.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Where's the SGA commercial? They don't even talk on that one. The one with him, Chet, and Jalen.
They talk on it.
It's
It might be the white boy. It might be Cooper Flag. I don't know.
It probably will be Cooper Flag.
It might be. Shout out to BJ, the young boy from the Sixers went for 28, 10, and 4 and 2 the other night in summer league, but
Edgecombe.
Yeah, he went crazy against Belly. Belly had 8 points. Belly's supposed to have 8 points in the summer league in his first game.
8.7 rebounds.
But for young boy to come out and get 28, 10, 4, and 2 against the guy who they wanted to draft, it showed me a little something to me. All right, so Alligator Alcatraz.
Oh, yes.
What is Alligator Alcatraz?
So
now let me tell you, world, they thought this was funny. We in pre-production. I see it. I'm like, yo, what is that? Bro says, oh, it's better if we wait till we want to break it down. Yo, listen, man, I'm fucking tired, bro. I mean, I'm grown. Life be lifing. Alligator Alcatraz.
Yes.
Don't register for me. What is
alligator? You can get this one. So in the great state of Florida.
Hold on, let me back it up to the history, right?
Okay.
If you don't know, world, Alcatraz was a prison in the San Francisco Bay Area that's literally surrounded by water, right? And it was famous. Shit. What?
No, I'm listening to now like okay.
Yeah, Alcatraz is on an island.
Alcatraz is on the island in the middle of San Francisco Bay, right? And it's covered in cold, frigid waters of the Northern California. And, oh yeah, by the way, it is shark laden and infested, right? So that's why the prison.
I didn't know that part of it.
Yeah, that's why the prison was so famous for people not being able to escape. So you could get out the prison if you wanted to, but where are you going to go? But now I'll kick it over to our Florida brother.
So here we go, Florida. So you have Alligator Alcatraz, which is currently being built. One road in, one road out, in the middle of the Florida Everglades. So if you think of Florida, first thing you think of is obviously alligators, right? But they also have hogs that can get you. They got pythons as big as Hulk Hogan's arms. So if you happen to get out of this, just like the regular Alcatraz, you have a 60-mile hike to get to a road, right? And some of these Alligator Alcatraz, they also crocodiles too, right?
Yeah.
So they have all this, and this is in the middle of Miami-Dade and Belgrade. And the only thing that's next to you is alligators, pythons, and a whole bunch of sugarcane fields.
Yeah. And they have it in a moat. It's a moat around the prison that's full of alligators. So waters around the prison are filled with alligators. Escape if you want to. You're going to be in the middle of
And so for you, so some further clarification for you, Flush, like
I'm clear.
So our president and his Department of like Homeland Security have erected Alligator Alcatraz in the middle of the Florida Everglades with the moat around it. And then outside of that moat is alligators and the Florida Everglades and crocodiles and pythons. And there's one road in and one road out. And that is where they intend to house, undocumented immigrants until we can get them deported and get them up out of America.
So is it already being built or is it already?
No, it's there.
It's built.
It's there.
It's
built. They build it
for the last year.
Over the course of the last 4 months.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
Yes.
So
it's fences.
The president just did a tour.
Yeah.
Now, get this. When you are building these things, they didn't think about it, which they usually don't, right? They went in and built on regular land.
Yeah.
What are you surrounded by?
Water.
So now it's starting to flood.
Yes. One rainstorm and it flooded.
So now they have to figure out how to counteract this flooding that will happen around there. They're also paying the guards $3,000 per week and providing them housing.
Keep the Blitz. $3,000 a week. You will not catch my ass nowhere near that motherfucker. I don't care what they talking about. Yo, I've been watching. Listen, my one of my good friends and my father-in-law put me on one of these Instagram pages with the alligators and the fucking lions and tigers and fucking jaguars and all this wild shit. The eagles that come and grab the animals and take them up high and drop them and shit. I don't want no parts of none of that shit that's going on. I seen a fucking jaguar with an alligator in his mouth. I'm cool off for all that. Ain't no, you won't catch me in Florida unless it's fucking Disney World.
So
Disney World has the alligators.
I'm not going there either. I'm going to Disneyland.
So let me explain this, right? I'm surrounded by water, right? My backyard. If I go out there, I went out there to cut grass the other day. There's a 6-foot alligator who's watching me, right? And so this is
you another type motherfucker.
What you mean?
Jay,
Is it a gate up there? Is it a gate?
I got a gate for my yard, yes. But
Jay, I was worried for the chickens. I was concerned.
So just because now as you get like, let's just say Tampa or these bigger alligators, they learn how to climb fences, right?
Wait,
so
what?
Yeah, not the ones here. We haven't seen anything. Well, let me say like Tampa or whatever. They climb fences. They ring your doorbell. They just sit there and wait. Like they can they hit the ring, like literally hit the ring, and just let you know that they outside. Like, hey, I'm outside and stuff like that. There was a lady here 2 years ago. And this is the thing. Is the thing with these alligators. These alligators are known, right? You know the alligators are back there. It's signs posted everywhere. Don't feed the alligators. This is a well known. Again, it's Florida. Well, an older lady 2 years ago was walking. They were feeding the alligator, right? And this happened about 10 minutes away from me. They were feeding the alligator. And in their community, they cannot walk their dogs on the street. So where they have to walk them in the back of the community. So the alligator saw her and the dog, and went after the dog, and got the lady and killed her.
Jay, I don't want to live in any state where alligators is handing me my Amazon packages. Like, I'm cool off of that. I'm cool.
I don't like raccoons or possums. I'd be damned if I come out. You know what time I leave out my house? I leave my house at 4 o'clock in the mornings.
Yeah.
No. No FLA for me.
So I mean,
go ahead,
we got a bunch of like literally we have foxes, we have bobcats, coyotes, and alligators.
Yeah, Jay. I'm not ever coming to visit you.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely not.
But yeah, the whole alligator Alcatraz thing. But that is where they plan on putting undocumented immigrants until they can get them up out the country. Period. So, the conspiracy theorist in me, right? I kind of a couple of years ago, right? I kind of found a thing, and I was like, well, a rule, right? One of those simple rules I live my life by is if I'm ever trying to figure out what's going on, right? I always say follow the money to figure out who's getting paid, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think we all know that in the 1980s and the 1990s, right, there was this big mass incarceration and prisons in America were privatized and they were making a lot of money, right? Mm-hmm. And so imprisoning people became kind of profitable for as a business venture. So my question that I'll pose out there, right, is who's running these detention centers? Because the conspiracy theorist in me is saying that this whole thing about undocumented immigrants and all that kind of stuff, and now they're building all these facilities around the country, and we live in a copycat society. So you built Alligator Alcatraz in Florida. Alligator Alcatraz is going to move to South Carolina, and then it's going to go to Oklahoma, and then they're going to have one in Texas, and it may not be Alligator Alcatraz, it may be some kind of other Alcatraz, but there's going to be Alcatrazes all over the country. Why? Because I think that they are hiring private prison entities, right, correctional facility companies, right, to run these migrant camps until we can get these folks out, which again puts money in the pockets of billionaires. That's just my theory.
It's the new hustle.
It's the new hustle. That's what I think. So I think it's about more than just getting the illegals out of the country or the undocumented immigrants out of the country. I think it's about more than that. I think it's a money play.
Iceberg, right there on the new hustle.
Allegedly.
That's wild. All right, Iceberg, this is your topic. Love Island. Am I up on Love Island? No. When my wife is watching Love Island, I make it a point to do whatever I got to do at a faster pace than I would normally do it. So if I'm eating dinner and my wife is watching Love Island, I'm going to eat my dinner fast and I'm going upstairs to watch something on YouTube about the NBA or wrestling or something else that ain't going to do with Love Island. But Love Island is the new phenomenon out here.
Yeah. So I wasn't up on it, right? And spending a lot of time, getting some clarity in my life. And then I was like, what the hell is this all about? And I started watching the episode and I've been locked in ever since, man. It come on every night, like the news. And it's about a bunch of young singles who go to this island in Fiji and they looking for love. They basically
y'all know that's
couple
my
you
spot.
up. I never been. Yeah. They
You're not
couple
looking for
you
love.
up after 2-3 hours, and you basically just finding love. And they bring in new dudes, new chicks, like all around, and the storylines is wild. And I'm Team Hutter, by the way.
Everybody's kissing everybody.
All right.
God,
I was gonna get there.
I ain't never seen so much spit slopping in the 10 minutes that I'm in there enjoying my salmon and broccoli. I gotta watch main man kiss everybody.
So let me ask you this: Can this be brought up before Rico case because thrown out?
Flown out.
Yeah, I mean, technically everybody getting blood flown out, right? And then swallow shit.
It might be racketeering, Jay. It might be.
I'm just saying.
In the southern district of New York, it might be racketeering.
I seen a scene. Everybody's tied up. Everybody got they blindfolded. And then they pick a name, and then he go kiss anybody he been wanting to kiss. Everybody kissing everybody. Yes, listen. Everybody kissing everybody. It's girl code. You ain't being a girly girl. All y'all have to say to find a boy. Like, so just because you like this shit is just wild. This shit is like the Young and the Restless, the Bold and the Beautiful, fucking loving hip hop on the island.
I don't hear Love Island. You know what I hear? I hear HIV Island. that's what I hear.
Yo, matter of fact, Iceberg, write down HIV Island.
What are we talking about? They just swap and spit on the island.
Yo, everybody's kissing everybody.
Oh, they got a penicillin shot or something.
They gotta get. You know what? They gotta get tested before they go. They gotta be getting tested before they go.
Yeah, and before you leave.
Right. Bro, that's crazy.
How many people y'all think secretly married on that show, though?
Secretly married. They got a lot going on. No, I'm gonna watch this so I can laugh at it and take notes. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start taking notes and bringing that shit in.
It's on Netflix. What is it on? What platform?
Of course. It's on. It's on. I want to say Peacock. You gonna take yourself off mute or what, bro? God damn, like
it's on Peacock. I'm sorry.
Let me produce you.
Look, Rel over there day trading and all type of shit.
You got a lot of shit going on. All right, fuck all that Love Island shit. All right, is James Harden Peep the Blitz? He ain't doing his job.
He day trading. Don't worry about it.
Right. All right. Is James Harden still worth $40 million in the regular season, not in the playoffs? Dre?
No, absolutely not. I'm not giving James Harden $40 million a year to disappear in the playoffs.
Yes. Who else? Yeah. Who else on that team is worth it?
Okay.
Who does he even play for? The Clippers?
Clippers, yeah.
Play for the Clippers, yeah. He don't show up in the playoffs. Game
Kawhi, yeah. Kawhi ain't gonna play, but
I said beat the Blitz. Yo, you fired, Joe. I'm about to take over that shit.
I got a lot going on.
Here we go. Now you want to take over the Beat the Blitz subtitles. Here we go.
All right,
watch this next fight, Dre.
I need a moment, yo.
You
I do. I need a moment, yo. No, I need help on this. I need y'all. I really need y'all on this.
You can't say Peep the Blitz. I need a moment.
If you was there, shit. All right. I got a basketball court in front of my house. I spoke about this multiple times.
Stop. You got a court, you got a rim.
Matters.
Oh, well, I guess I just got to.
You got a hoop.
You got a piece of plywood.
I don't have a full
court.
court. No, dog. I have a fucking actual basketball court.
You have a basketball rim.
So you roll it out and then you put it up by the garage and then you put it
we
back.
leave it out.
Okay,
so
it's portable. Okay,
it's
portable. Yeah, it's a portable.
So you don't have a court. You got a
I don't have a full court. I don't have a full court, Jay.
Yeah, you got to go.
That's why I wanted. That's why I
want to clarify. You got to go.
Why would I? Do I like I'm fucking up like that?
Yes. You said that you have a basketball court in front of your house.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would make me believe that you have a court in front of your house.
I'm trying not to pocket watch. So you know.
Ain't none here.
Hey, Trey, that's what I was wondering. I'm like,
if you see the money, let me know. All right, so we got to run it from the crib, whatever. It sits by my driveway, so it's out in the street because regulation 10 feet. If you put up on the curb, it's not 10 feet, so it's actually in the street. But little shit.
Okay.
Why do these kids around here, like kids will stop and just start playing on your court? And that's fucking weird to me.
It's not weird.
It is weird.
It's not weird at all. Where the fuck did you grow up at?
What do you mean? If I come up, go ahead.
And the two, you should have a sign. You need to have a sign.
No, motherfucker, I live here. Ain't no sign. So if I had a pool in my front yard, motherfuckers could climb in my pool because it's there.
They might.
Depending on where you're from. And this is the thing, right? This is the thing.
In Florida, they will.
I'm gonna let you know. And for a pool, trampoline, basketball court, all this right here, you need to have a sign up for liability reasons to protect you. Because if I was a kid and I jump in your backyard, even though it's illegal and I'm trespassing, and I jump on your trampoline and break it, then you got to pay the medical.
I'm gonna look into that, Jay.
So are these kids from your neighborhood that are just randomly playing on your goal?
First of all,
or is this like a car full of kids and they pull over and just start hooping?
Let me tell you. First of all, kids don't go outside no more. So to be from my neighborhood is not even clear. Now, Peep, one of these little fat boys, right? It's a little fat, little chunky, little motherfucker, right? I'm past the time, right? This little fat, chubby motherfucker, right? So last year I said something. I caught him one time. I'm like, yo, young boy, I listen. As soon as I hear it, I get word. Yo, I go outside. Yo, what you doing out here? Oh, we just shooting. I say, yo, I don't even know you. I don't know who you are. Like, you don't know me. What makes you think you could just start? You can't shoot. Can we just shoot here? No. You hit somebody's car. Something happened. I'm not responsible for that. I don't know who you are. Who your parents? Who are you? Where do you live? Something happened to you out here in front of my house. I'm not.
You really have a disc that you can tie to the rim, and like it locks it where you can't shoot it in, and you have a key for it. And you or the kids can be able to undo it and put it back.
That's a lot to do. I mean, that might be it. It's just weird to me because
it's liability.
Yeah, I can't recall. Well, I'm from a place where I guess ain't nobody just have basketball courts just around, but just to stop in front of somebody's house and do that to me is just weird. So I got to be the guy to go out there and be like, yo, I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. Y'all got to keep it moving.
Every house that had a basketball goal in our neighborhood basically let us hoop on it when we was
right. And you knew the parents, right?
Can I get my story out before you jump in and say let you? You good?
Go ahead.
Right, but there was points where like they would say knock on the door and say, "Can we hoop?" But we would just go hoop, right? But if you have a goal in Middle America and there's black kids around, probably even white kid, any kid at this point, people probably gonna shoot on you when you go.
Dog. So what you're saying? Go ahead, Dre.
So I'm from the city like Rel, right? So when I was growing up, we had a dude and we called it he had the adjustable rim. So it was in his backyard. So he had a driveway and it was in his backyard and it was a concrete slab and you could adjust it up and down, right? Shout out to Lil Kenny, right? Lil Kenny had the adjustable. And at first it was, we used to go ring the doorbell and we would go ask for Lil Kenny, right? And then Lil Kenny started going to like summer camp and going to hang out with his dad. And so it got to a point where we just started going back there hooping. And if little Kenny mom kicked us out, cool, we would take that L. But if little Kenny mom didn't say nothing, we was hooping from sun up to sundown. Correct. So yeah, hey, you knew
little Kenny. You knew little
bro.
Kenny.
I don't know the people who we used to hoop in their backyard. I don't know their name or nothing. They didn't have no young kids. Fact. We used to just, like I said, we probably knocked on the door maybe 2 weeks. After that, it was just like, yo, see y'all at the court. Like it was
I couldn't
from Miami house right now, bro. Like 5 houses up. You know,
like yo, do one of y'all live here? Like who live here?
Right, yeah, for sure.
Yo, I had the young boy, so I told the young boy, I said, yo, first of all, the young boy there was another young boy had a mustache about as tall as me. So I was like, yeah, yo, y'all can't play out here. I know y'all. It's like, yo, can we take it? Can you take it?
I love it.
They about to snatch your shit. They about to snatch it.
Nigga, can you take what, little nigga?
Let me hold it real quick. Let me.
All right.
So what you should do is do something for the community and get them
fuck
young
the community.
Let's talk about this. No, for real.
Right.
I'm ready to put in on this.
How much does a basketball? I'm willing to put in to buy these young boys a basketball goal.
And the story continues. So it's a young boy. Okay, so one of the young boys last year came around. All of a sudden, it's a court over there. I don't think it's in front of his house, but it's like I live in a kind of a circle, not an actual.
It's called a cul-de-sac.
No, it's not a cul-de-sac.
No, it's not the street raps.
Right.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, right. See, I didn't say that. You hyping shit for nothing. Look at you. Bitter beer. See, look, stop fucking with me. But so somebody got a court out there now. So, like I said, the little fat young boy came last year. I said, yo, didn't I talk to you last year? No, you ain't never see. Then I seen him around the corner with the same young boy that came. They just be on goofy shit. If I knew who you was and you spoke to me, then I'd probably be more open to it. But you don't like.
But he's trying not to be fat no more. Say that to them, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's the less you're supposed to.
I said that. Man, listen, it's adults who I got to tell that. It's adults who. No, look, real talk. It's a girl at my job, right?
You making it worse.
No, what?
Yo, it's some grown ass man coming to hoop on your butt.
No, not too much. No, it's a no.
You want to pay?
No. It's a girl at my job who only speaks to me when she wants something, and I point it out to her all the time. Like she'll walk through the job and be working all morning, don't say nothing, and then she'll say good morning to me and ask me for something. I'm like, yo, it's funny to me how only time you ever speak to me is when you want something. No, I don't speak to. Huh?
What if the kids' parents like, yo, go play in the basketball court so you can?
Yeah, all right. Buy him one. No, this ain't.
I feel like you got to be the uncle to the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, I was saying,
fuck them kids.
I feel like you got to start teaching them.
You Uncle Oneezy, man. They like,
you and this Oneezy shit get on my fucking nerves. All right, man. We got a lot of shit to get to.
Let's get to it.
What's the tallest girl you ever dated? Hold up. What's the tallest girl you would date for your height? I'm 5'10". I used to like tall girls. I've never had a pitch.
Right. We Peep the Blitz. Then you're like,
we
about to go the whole, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not going to no deep dive.
You said Peep the Blitz. And then you said, I need a moment. What is it?
Because I just wanted to get that off real quick. I said Peep the Blitz and you wasn't there. We ain't talking about that.
Some business.
I'm just letting you know.
Business don't stop.
I like tall
Sunday,
women,
bro.
I like tall women, man. So end of the day,
answer the question.
6'5". I would date 6'5". What? It's some of them joints in the WNBA.
No. Let's do this different. State how tall you are, and then talking about the tallest girl you would date, because that makes it funnier. Fuck out of here.
I'm 5'10", 5'11".
Okay, which one? So
is probably 6'4".
Depending on what shoes you got on.
Probably 6'2", 6'3". Probably I ain't gonna say 6'5", but if she
already said it, it's on the internet.
If she bad,
we gonna put that up.
If she bad, if she 4'4", nigga. If she bad, she bad. Nigga,
that's not what we add. Those guys change
it up. Dre was Johnson.
I'm 5'9", and I like who like me.
That's not the answer.
That's not an answer.
Fuck out of here, Dre.
Candace Parker is still Candace Parker. Lisa Leslie still Lisa.
Leslie. Answer the question. I'm 5'10", and I date Lisa Leslie 6'9".
Yeah, I'm 5'9", and I'll go as tall as the woman that likes me. So it
That's
is what
not
it
an
is.
answer. That's not an
That
answer.
All right,
is.
Jay, are you gonna be honest about your height? I'm waiting for that. Cause you gonna say some 5'8" shit or something. That shit bullshit.
Cool. I got you. All right, I'm 5'12", and I'm
Minus 7 inches.
gonna go. I'll go. 6'9", 7 feet.
God,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Jay, what she gonna give you a piggyback ride?
That's
I'm
crazy.
they gonna give up piggyback ride.
Like Liv Cambridge, like Angel Fernandez, like they can get it.
Yeah,
They
Liv
get
Cambridge. She ain't that tall, I don't think.
All right, well then, all right, well, so what is the tallest woman that you've actually ever dated? And that's for everybody.
I don't think I've actually dated a woman taller than me. No.
Oh, I ain't answer. I'm 5'8", and 6 feet would be a stretch for me for a woman to be that tall. And I put the question.
Hey, you wrote this question.
I was going to say I put the question in the chat because there's a model tall chick rolling around on Twitter. She beautiful as hell, but she tall as hell. And I was
Angel Fernandez.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
She did right. She fine as hell. Right.
So to answer Michael, so again, I'm 5'9". I think at the time I was in high school, so I was probably like 5'7", 5'8". The tallest woman that I ever dated was in high school, and she was like 6'1".
I never had a woman that tall. Probably like 5'9", probably the tallest. Maybe my height, maybe 5'10", maybe, but that's the tallest.
The tallest for me was like 6'2", 6'3".
Iceberg.
What? That's what I said. How tall the tallest? Oh,
that you've ever dated?
Probably 5'9", 5'10".
This guy's fucking up.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm fucking with. I got this shit. Go ahead, dude. Go ahead, go play. Nigga, just hit end when I tell you to hit end.
No, I'm here.
All right. This AI lack of a chip changes impact. Not at all. AI impact is just the style and all that. I think honestly, if they won that chip in 2002, was it 2001? I think that championship would have held more weight than a lot of people with one championship, considering the fact that the Lakers was 15-0 going into that finals, and the fact of the team that he had. If he'd have won that championship with that team, I think it would have held the most weight of any person who's won one championship. But I don't think a championship changes.
First of all, they wasn't 15-0. They were 12-0.
Lakers, all right. Look at you. Okay. Answer the question.
What? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that AI's impact would have been greater with the championship. But I think AI's impact on the game of basketball, to Dre's point earlier about being the face of the league and what he meant to the culture of basketball and hip hop and music, is he's solidified in gold. And yeah, when I say culture, let's talk about shoes, right? He kept the doors open at Reebok.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have wore Reebok.
Definitely kept the lights on.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really affected. I think AI's legacy has it's outgrown, not having a championship. He literally changed the NBA from the rules to the dress code and all of that. He literally changed the NBA. So I don't think it's really impacted by the fact that he didn't win the championship.
I'm going to agree with what Dre said, because that's what I was going to say, just to reiterate it.
And he helped combine NBA and hip hop too, with him and Jadakiss and all that too. That was a big thing.
Huge. Yeah. Pause.
Nore with the braids though is out of control. He needs to stop.
You know what? I'm not knocking Nore, because you know what I'm saying. I might go ahead and grow it out and give me some braids too. So
to go from a baldy for 25 years and then go to braids is wild.
Well, but I mean, from a baldy to a season.
Yeah. True.
I think it's wild to go to the baldy and you don't got to. That's wild to me.
True. My way back then, they blamed it on the Onyx era.
Yeah,
that was the whole thing.
Crazy. True. Yeah. That's what they say. Jay. Okay. Now it's getting to the point where, as though to continue with Nore, it's getting to the point where not only is Drink Champs terrible, but a Nore interview is terrible. He tells the same.
I was bad.
Yes, I turned it off, and it's not too many times I turned off. He say the same stuff. He get to telling. You ask him a question, he dances around the questions anyway. You can't get a real answer from him. I don't even know if he can't comprehend what's being asked of him, if he's too high. But I seen I got like probably like halfway through and was like, I don't even want to finish this. And
no, I think him talking about run champs was absolutely amazing. I think him talking about,
cool.
you know what I'm saying, being the guy next to the guy and it being there. Yeah, I thought that was absolutely amazing. That was right. Like him, like the Bleak joint. If you're not up on the Memphis Bleak, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
You haven't watched any of them?
No, I haven't.
You haven't watched any of the Bleak joints?
The one his podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, I think Bleak. I need to. I just haven't had the opportunity to.
So you haven't seen it? That's what I'm asking. You haven't seen it?
I seen some clips from him and Chris, but I feel like Bleak gives a good interview and would be a good interviewer. So I believe in that. I believe in that. I believe you need to replace Bleak with fucking. You need to replace Nore with Bleak.
Chris is the third one, right? You got Young Guru. You got Pain in the Ass. You got to watch all of them.
I ain't get a chance to, but I love Bleak. I love Bleak. I think Bleak is going to be great.
But I think that's what he's saying. He's like, I'm never going to get Nas, but I can get Jungle. I'm not going to get Hove, but I can get Bleak. Like those are like that's important. He's like, I'm not going to get 50. I could probably get Yayo, right? Like
I think Yayo will be great.
Right.
That part was great. You get to tell the Pharrell story again. He get to say it was like right after that. All that stuff I heard.
Yeah.
Then he get to talking about how Pharrell and how it just be.
Oh, Joe asked him that though.
And you got to understand too, there's a generation of people that have no fucking clue of who Noriega is. Correct. So when he gets on the Joe Budden podcast or he gets on one of these other platforms, he kind of has to go through his history because these young boys and the people that are consuming this content don't know who he is. Like they really think this dude is just some famous podcaster, and it's like, no, bro. Like I was outside in the 90s and I was the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the super thug. So I think it becomes almost like a politician where you got to go through your talking points for people to even care about why you're even getting interviewed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame him for that.
You got to think about it. That Pharrell made his career, right? With Super Thug and that
he made Pharrell's career.
Well, I mean, I think
they coincide.
No, because Nore had the Wool Report.
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't that. Yeah, but if Pharrell had stuff before,
nobody would. I mean, yeah, but you got nobody.
But it wasn't a hip hop.
When that what came on.
You talking about Rough Shaker?
Philadelphia. No, Philadelphia Most Wanted.
Who?
Across the border, he had Khalees. He had
all that stuff wasn't before.
That wasn't before.
It was. Will you go across the border, mama?
No.
I hate you so much right now. Wasn't before.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I think all of that was after Nore.
But Pharrell would have been Pharrell. I know Philadelphia Most Wanted was before Nore.
No.
Philadelphia's Most Wanted.
Kaleidoscope Khalees was 1999. That was after.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's the Philly Most Wanted?
Super Thug was 98.
Right.
We know that.
Yeah, we know.
That's not even
Right. That's why I said that.
We know when Super Thug was.
Across the border, right?
Yeah.
And if I'm being right, 1998 was that was one of the best years of my life. Like, period.
I ain't gonna. That was the best hip for me. The best.
And I'm not even just talking about hip hop. I'm talking about like
October 2000.
I'm talking about just period. Yeah. Like that was one of the best years. That summer, the summer of '98 was legendary.
I was 16. Yeah. Oh my! I was outside too.
Yeah. I was in.
Damn. All right. So
so real quick, that is crazy. Like I thought about it. Like literally, I joined the Navy July 9th, 1998. We talking about this would have been my 27th year in the Navy. Like that shit blew my mind, yo. It's like next July 10th of next year, I will be out longer than I've been in.
Yo,
like that's crazy to me.
That's why I said back into the math. Like Dre's still in. I got out 2006. I've been almost out 20 years. Dre's still in.
That's crazy. Yeah, 14 years to the day I got out.
All right, Dre. What changed your feelings about the WNBA? Because you said you wasn't watching, you wasn't fucking with it at all.
Yeah, so I think it's one of those things where, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't going to watch until I had to watch. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I was out with a group of my frat brothers last weekend. We were out in Inglewood, you know, shout out to my bros, you know what I'm saying? And the Sparks game was on, and they were playing Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky, right? And I was watching the game, and that was the first time like I really had to like sit down and watch the WNBA since probably like the Cynthia Cooper days, like in the late 90s when it was like a new thing, right? And the level of basketball and the talent on the court, I actually was impressed by, and I thought it was more entertaining than I had seen, you know what I'm saying, before. And so like I said, I just felt like it was one of those things where, you know what I'm saying, I kind of had to I wasn't gonna watch until I had to watch, and so they caught my eye. The game was really, really good, you know, the parts that I got to see. And then I said, you know what, I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get me some tickets to a Sparks game, and I'm gonna see what this looks like live in person and see if, you know what I'm saying, the atmosphere is the same as, you know, the other live events that I go to. But shout out to the ladies. I mean, they was hooping. It was a really good game.
Did you sit next to Plum?
I didn't go to the game. I was
okay.
I was at a restaurant watching the game. But when I go to the game, I'll let you know. I'll post the pictures. Don't worry.
We know. From the locker room, right? Like,
right. You know he's gonna be back. Yeah, he's gonna be back in the locker room. As Paul Pierce lost his mind, he says he's one of the best pure scorers of all time. I'm sorry, Paul Pierce. I've seen Kevin Durant before. And I believe Kevin Durant to be the best pure scorer I've ever seen. I've seen Carmelo Anthony. I've even seen Kobe Bryant. Though I think you in the conversation maybe, but I don't think you're the best pure scorer of all time. No, I'm sorry.
So
I'll hand it over to our Boston.
Dre, yeah.
So I saw this on the list, and I knew this conversation was coming. So first of all, let me just put this out there. No, Paul Pierce is not the best pure scorer in the history of the league. But I will say, when I think that Paul Pierce kind of did more with less. He was unathletic, he was slow, and you know, he was almost like kind of goofy, you know what I'm saying, when he was on the basketball court. But he got to his spots on the basketball court, he got his buckets, and you really couldn't stop him. So I think he, you know what I'm saying, probably did more with less, but absolutely not. He is not the best pure scorer in the history of the league. I can name a handful of people, like you just did off the top of my head, that were better than him at purely scoring. Nah. But he's a basketball player, and I wouldn't expect him to say anything less. Especially Paul Pierce, who said he was the greatest shooting guard ever. Well, no, he said he was better than D Wade. That's what it was. He said he was better than D Wade.
He went through, he went through a list of people.
Yeah.
He went through a list of people. He said I got a better post up than KD. He said he got a better midi.
True. You're right. I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm just saying.
No, that's fine.
He got a better midi than Melo.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying what he said. Yeah. So, Paul Pierce had been right since he took that little walk and whatnot. I don't know.
Which look, the walk when he walked to the
work, he had to walk to work.
When he lost.
Yeah, he had to walk to work. He just said shit way wilder before that motherfucking walk.
I mean, he used to be on IG, during COVID. He was wilding. So, he been since he retired, he been looking good.
He's a 2?
No,
he was a 3.
Oh, okay. I was saying, why would you compare him to D Wade? D Wade is the third best shooting guard of all time.
Yeah, but he did say he had a better career than D Wade. That's when he really started going crazy. Is when he said that he had a better career than D Wade. He said he's better than D Wade.
He wouldn't have got a chip if Kevin Durant never. I mean, if Kevin Garnett never came.
I mean, but Kevin Garnett did come and he did get a chip.
Oh my bad, I forgot.
I think it's
that right there.
Yeah, I forgot. Yo, for like 6 seconds, I forgot we had a Celtics fan sitting right here. We all understand that this list is long and we're not gonna get to everything, right? Jay, this happens sometimes, Jay. Sometimes you get some shit on this.
No. We gonna cover Jay. Whatever Jay put up here.
I'll put Alcatraz.
Okay. Yeah. So I did see one on there that I want to talk about. So are you guys Candace Owen fans?
Yes. I am a Candace Owens fan, and shout out to Juice because I hit Juice and said, "Yo, should we talk?" It was 2 things that Juice was like, "Yeah, we should talk about it on the podcast." I'm not gonna be there today. God damn you, Juice.
Yeah. It's ironic, right, that I saw that on the list today because last night I was at the crib, and so my latest obsession is, have you all ever watched Surrounded on YouTube?
No.
That's the Jubilee joint, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Yes, exactly. Yes.
So that's my latest like obsession is like this surrounded. So basically it's like a 20v1. So like you get 20 conservatives against one liberal and they sit there and they have a debate. And it's crazy that I looked at the list today and I saw the Candace Owens joint on there because last night I was sitting there watching the Candace Owens surrounded, and I was listening to her point. She was talking about feminism and stuff like that. And it's been a long time since I listened to Candace Owens. And so I listened to her last night and I was like, well, she makes some really good points. Like, I don't agree with everything that she says, but I definitely can see how she came to the conclusion that she came to. So yeah, I thought that was dope. But if you never watched it before, watch The Surrounded. They cover a lot of topics.
Send a link to the group.
Okay.
I enjoyed her on Joe Buttons. When Joe Buttons interviewed her, I really enjoyed it, and I didn't think she was so bad from what she said in their interview.
I think she get a bad rap, bro. Like,
I think
people
so too.
are entitled to feel what they feel, right? And based on that, I don't even judge you based on how you feel about what society means to you or what that means to your family. I think that she is absolutely right in everything that she says because I think she wholeheartedly believes it. I think she realer than a lot of people. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say I agree with you because I think everything that she says, I think she wholeheartedly believe it too. It's just like
I don't think she's faking
it's
nothing.
like no, I don't think she's faking anything. It's just like when Neef says Joe Buttons with an S on it, like he wholeheartedly believes his name is Joe Buttons. You know what I mean?
No, I'm from Philly. We just talk how we talk. Did I say Joe Buttons?
You definitely said Joe Buttons.
You definitely said Joe Buttons.
I said series, World Series. I like to say World Series. Like, I be fucking up. That's fine.
It's okay. I'm doing my job. Look, keep going.
Right.
Joe Buttons. Did I say that?
Yes, twice. like
Joe Button. My bad, Joe Button. Did I say Joe Button's podcast?
Yes.
He was on Joe Button's.
Okay. It was a Joe Buttons podcast.
Continue your statement, sir.
But that was it. No, I just think she wholeheartedly believes what she's saying, and there's no false statement about it behind what she's saying. Like Dre said, I don't also agree with what she said, and I'm not a big politician or a big political person at this stage in my life. But when I do hear her talk on certain adjectives and stuff like that, then I just kind of tap in.
Yo, y'all need to leave Nelly and Ashanti alone. If Nelly and Ashanti got a situation set up where as though Nelly felt like probably he got kids that's grown. He, for the sake of her, because she don't got no kids, they had a baby. If they agree and their situation is she gets up and does this and he'll pay for the nannies and all that, that's their situation. I don't think he should be judged as a father or being she's in a relationship by herself and she's settled for him and she circled the block. She's happy. He's happy. She understands where he stands as far as raising a child. They're cool with that. She don't seem to have issue with that. Mind y'all motherfucking business. I'm sure you got more to talk about than that. Anybody else?
No.
Nah, I ain't even up on the Ashanti Nelly.
Yeah, it was on some grinding Nelly. Like, get the fuck out of here. Chuck E. Cheese launches new arcade with adults for adults. No kids allowed.
Chuck's Arcade. Yeah.
With liquor too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ain't going.
They got that pizza there. I'm in.
That sounds like a setup. It really sounds like a setup. Like, oh yeah, bring the kids here, and then we got liquor. And
you don't bring the kids. You don't.
No, it's adults only.
Adults only. It's called Chuck's Arcade. It ain't even Chuck E. Cheese. It's Chuck's Arcade. They already got 10 locations open, and they got more coming. Lots of them floating out there around.
Speaking of Chuck's Arcade, has anyone been to Red Lobster and tried their seafood bowl?
Nah.
My wife didn't. I don't. She ain't finished the shit. Man, I'm not getting no fucking bowl.
She didn't finish it.
Shit, yeah, she didn't finish it.
I wouldn't even go to. I would go to Red. I stopped eating Red Lobster about 10 years ago, bro.
Yeah, I ain't been to Red Lobster in a very long time.
I didn't Red Lobster
at home.
Listen, you want to piss people off? Yo, I say like y'all still eating this, and people will cuss me the fuck out on TikTok. I'm like, I got an old video every year that it when the anniversary of it comes up, I'll repost it. I'll be like, oh, y'all still eat KFC? Who the fuck are you? We're like, y'all eating KFC?
Wait, people
y'all still eating Olive Garden? People still eating Olive Garden. Y'all eat Olive Garden?
Oh, I ain't been to Olive Garden in a long time.
I'll go get some soup. I'm gonna get some soup.
Nah, man, I'd rather go to what's the other joint with the sandwiches to get some soup? The soup and sandwich joint. I got one. Yeah, I'd rather go there.
Mm.
All right. I asked this question real quick, but it kind of I was watching Amari Ghost from Power.
Okay. Oh, Amari Hardwick.
Right. And he was talking to my other man. I can't think of his name right now. My man from Punisher and all that. He was talking. And he was talking about, I really feel he got the short end of the stick on this Power situation. When Power first came out, I seen Gridiron Gang, and I seen Gridiron Gang, and I had seen Next Day Air. Maury did such a good job his character in those two shows that when they did the Power thing, and I seen 50 speak on it, how he seen Next Day Air and he believed them. I believed Amari. When Power came out, I believe he is the reason them first couple episodes you kept watching. And for all this to happen later on with the what they call it, the universe and all that, I think it's kind of nutty how he ended up not being a part of all that, when if it wasn't for him, he carried that them first couple I believed him. There ain't too many actors that act and you believe them. I believe him, and I believe that early on, maybe even the first season, he carried that. And for him not to, they said he never got the executive produce. A lot of people who the main guy get to do that. They never gave him them opportunities or anything. And I just feel like he got the short end of the stick on it. And then even post, it felt like, I don't know, but he hasn't been that many opportunities. And I think he did a real good job. So I don't know, it just stuck out to me.
You want to go, real?
No, I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, he was already in that Jennifer Lopez movie that was on Netflix, that spy movie or something.
They had him on some suck. He kept getting fucked up the whole time.
Like, Amari Hardwick is not a leading man, if that's what you're trying to refer to.
Damn, you don't think so?
No,
not in a movie.
Yeah,
so you ain't never see the joint. What's the little girl?
I think he's a TV actor.
What's the little shorty from that was in Spider-Man, and she got the show on HBO. When she
Zendaya.
They had a movie like a one. I guess like a couple. It was like the movie was a couple hours. They was like, I came from a party or something. They was arguing.
That wasn't him, was it?
That was him.
No, it was J.D. Washington.
No, it was him.
Yeah. No, that was J.D. Washington.
What are you talking about?
That was Denzel's son.
I promise you it was Denzel's son.
It was. That shit was good though. That shit was. I thought it was my bad.
Check the cup.
No, so I don't think so. I think Amari Hardwick, I think he's a good television actor. I don't think he's a movie like leading man, right? And then I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, that's his fault. Like, you're worth what you can negotiate. So if he didn't negotiate in his contract that he was going to be an executive producer or anything else, or you know what I'm saying? Because the reality is, if he had done a better job of negotiating on the business side, then they could have had, you know, situations where they did like a flashback and his character comes on all of these other shows and makes an appearance on all these other shows that 50 got going on. But I mean, hey, the business side didn't match the talent and he ain't negotiate that. So that's on him.
I mean, it's on him. It's on his agent. You know, after the first season, you see the numbers that you're pulling. You want to renegotiate,
right?
Or you know, ask for credit. So at least after the first two, you know, whatever I'm saying. And so when you don't do that, then that just shows, you know, the people around you don't care.
You got to catch him early, because that first season you couldn't do that without him. When you get so many seasons in, and they can replace you, and they can.
I mean, when you're the main character, you should be raking it in, right? And you should definitely have a credit or two, right? Like where you can get something back on the long end. And
just for the record, Ghost was right. Period. The whole time he was right.
Yeah, and Tasha cheated first. Y'all be grinding Ghost up his ass. She was in the back seat doing all this old wild shit with Sean driving for the first fucking episode.
Which you gotta appreciate. Shout out to Notori Nothing.
Yeah. All right, yo.
Cheating down is crazy.
Yo, everybody, we didn't cover. Is that the song?
Where my girls at?
Yo, shout out to 702 Stilo, yo. When I hear Stilo, that shit, yo, 702 Stilo was. I used to love 702. Fuck that little group. 702 was the ones for me.
No, I think she wasn't in 702. She was in 30 Dub, right?
I said, fuck that.
I'm just saying.
I know she wasn't in 702. I know it was in 702.
Okay.
All right, man.
Hold up, yo. Before you end it, man. Like I said, I got a lot going on, man. But I definitely need to dedicate this episode to some people in my life. Lost one of my big brothers, my brother Shamari. His older brother Thad passed away 2 days ago. So rest in peace, Thad.
Rest in peace.
Grandma Claire, who was Danielle's grandmother, who raised her. I've known Grandma Claire since I was 14 years old. She passed away at 96 years old. So rest in peace, Grandma Claire. And I lost my stepmom this morning. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Mama Rosie. Long fight with cancer. You know what I'm saying? And love you, Dad. And you know, whatever you need from me, I'm here. So
yeah,
damn, hold on. Oh, shout out to my man TY. He lost his grandmom. Saturday. Yeah. Hey, love on your folks, man. Love on your folks. We all know, you know, tomorrow ain't guaranteed, man. So make sure you loving on your folks. Make sure you checking on your folks. Make sure you're doing what you got to do. We're cool, Mike, when we need them, health-wise. Make sure you're making them doctor's appointments. Fact. Make sure we, you know, staying on top of that. You know, make sure we're encouraging each other to do the right things. And I need to get my butt back in the gym. It's been a while. You know, I got to find time.
Don't be afraid to tell the people you love them what they hear.
Indeed. Yo, use that air fryer, man. It tastes just like fried chicken, baby. You ain't got fried every time out, baby.
Those saturated oils, yeah.
Hey Jay, see, you ain't using that air fryer, Jay. That cook shit is that cook shit. I'm just saying, you talk about oxtails and shit. Put them chicken wings in that air fryer, pimp. That's all I'm saying.
We know I cook better than you. Stop.
We don't know that. We don't know that. But this is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 187.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be back next week. We should be, but God, Lord willing, we're not gonna take anything for granted. Brothers, I love y'all. All our brothers who not here, we love y'all. Hope y'all good, man. Hope y'all enjoyed your holiday weekend and all that. And we'll see y'all back next week, man. Holla at us.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.